We are officially in the second half of the NBA season. We just had an amazing All-Star break, All-Star weekend. We were all down in LA. We took in all the festivities, competitive All-Star game, amazing All-Star game, dunk contest, three-point contest, curveball. It threw us the unexpected, and everything else was pretty good for that matter. However, we are now on the other side of All-Star weekend. And now it's time to get back to basketball. It's time to start looking towards the playoffs. And it's time for us to now predict who we believe are going to be the best teams moving forward. Which teams are going to be the sleeper teams that are going to creep up the standings? Which teams are just going to flat out dominate? And which teams, for that matter, do you guys got being the best teams from here all the way up until the start of playoffs? What, the last game of the season is April 12th?
A month from 2 months, Ron. 2 months from Friday, the playoffs start. 2 months from Friday.
We only 2 months out, fellas. And it always kind of like blew my mind a little bit. How really like the first half of the season is really like the first 2/3 of the season. And then like the second half of the season, quote unquote, is really like the last sprint to the finish line. But with that sprint to the finish line, fellas, talk to me. Which teams do you guys believe are just going to flat out run through this last couple months of the season?
Well, Ron, you brought up like this the last half of the season, and you've heard me in the past say that the season is broken up into thirds. You got the first 27 games of the season. Those first 27 games of the season, we're figuring out what our rotations are. We're figuring out what the new guys are, what their roles are. Then we got the dog days of the season, which is from around December the 18th up until the All-Star break. The season is monotonous. It's cold. We got guys battling injuries, things like that. And then we had this last third of the season, like because you had brought up the second half of the season. I mean, half the season was over a month ago. So then we got this last third of the season. And what I like to categorize the last third of the season, Mars, is this is the rehearsal. Like the curtain hasn't gone up yet. So we still in the back getting our routine down. But now is the time that we got to be sharp. Because when the curtain goes up, we can't trip over anybody, right? We got to make sure that everything that we've been working on is down. And the reason why is because when the playoffs start, everything that you're good at is going to get illuminated. But everything that you're bad at is also going to get illuminated. And I've said to you, I've actually given you guys my theory in the past about the best teams that we see at the end of the season, whether it's the Eastern Conference Championship, Western Conference Championship, and NBA Finals, that middle 27 games, those teams are at their best during that time. So I think I given you like 10 years ago, like we went back to 2013, 2014 when that was going on. Well, this season in particular, that middle ground that we were talking about. So I tested my theory again, and I'm not gonna be able to see it until the end of the season. But as of right now, I did the top 6 teams. So Mars, Detroit, these 27 games, they're 13 games over 500 in that stretch, and they had a really good schedule. Right, the Boston Celtics, they're 11 games.
What, chill? Good as in competitive, or good as in like?
I mean, they've beaten some good teams. They beat the Celtics, right? They beat the Knicks, so they've beaten some good teams. The Celtics are 11 games over 500, right? They've been really good. The Knicks, on the other hand, it looks a little tricky. They're only 3 games over 500, right? And they've been a bit up and down. Now, the last time that a team has been below 500 and went to the NBA championship was in the 17-18 season. That was the Cavs when they had when James basically went on that ridiculous run. They were a game under 500. Everybody else from the 2013-14 season, because I had done this theory 2 years ago. Everybody else up until that point, from 2013, 2014, up until this point, you see them at the end of the season, they've been above 500. So the Cavs are also 11 games over 500 during this time. The Raptors, they 3 games over 500. Now they had a stretch where they had ran into some really good teams, right? They had ran into the Knicks and got smoked a couple of times, right? They had went on that West Coast trip. So, and then we got the Sixers, who was Mars's team. Like we got Philly at the end of the year. They're game over 500, Mars. And they ended up, they're a game over 500. They had ran into that Cavs team a couple of times and lost to them. That's been an issue for them. The Embiid health has been good though, and I'm really appreciating that. But then we get to the Western Conference, right? So this Thunder team, they're only 5 games over 500. right? 5 games over 500 during this stretch. And they've had some injury issues that they've had to deal with, of course, right? With J-Dub being in and out of the lineup, Shea now being out of the lineup, right? Chet was also in and out of the lineup, also with Hartenstein, but they still winning. The Spurs are 11 games over 500. The problem that I'm having with the Spurs, Damian, the problem that I'm having with the Spurs is I feel like the stuff that they aren't good at is going to be a huge deal. Like Castle's ability to knock down shots consistently, I feel like they're going to illuminate that come playoff time. And I think that the physicality when it comes to Wemby and rebounding is a huge issue when it comes to the playoffs. And I feel like with Wemby, his inability to rebound against physical teams getting pushed underneath the basket, I think that's going to be a problem. Denver also, they're a game over 500. That's largely due to Joker missing a month. So I had to take that into account. Houston is 5 games over 500. That was largely due to their defense, which is essentially the same thing from last year. The Lakers are a game over 500, and I don't think that there's anybody that really believes in the Lakers like that. And Minnesota is 3 games over 500. So we've had the top 6 teams, right? The top 6 teams in each conference. They've actually been playing really well, but surprisingly, I don't know if you know this, though. I don't know if you know this, Ron. Charlotte is 13 games over 500 during this stretch. 13 games over 500. They've been rolling. So,
sure. I noticed you mentioned the Hornets, but I noticed you didn't mention another team.
Which is?
Is this you once again displaying your Kawhi hate?
It is not. No, it is. It is not. It's not me displaying my Kawhi hate because, again, I mean, they made some changes. I think that Clippers team, considering, I think they're going to be a playing team at best. I would be really surprised if I saw them at the end of the season. And Ron, they are. I think that with the numbers that I got, I think they're like 6 or 7 games over 500 during this stretch. So they've been rolling. They've actually had the best record in the NBA since December 1st. They've been rolling. Mm-hmm.
So, Chill, based on these numbers, who impresses you the most?
Based on what I've seen, the teams that
this is relative to expectation too, because like you could easily say the team that has the best, the Pistons will be the impress you the most, but relative to their expectations, who really like dominated throughout that stretch? And you're like, man, I'm surprised about this.
3 teams. Number 1, the Spurs. I did not have Mars turned me on to the Spurs earlier this season. I did not think that the Spurs would be this good. I thought that they could be a playoff team, maybe a play-in team, but to be the second best team in the Western Conference, possibly overtaking the number 1 seed, I was really surprised at what they've been doing. Defensively, I already knew who Wemby was, but I feel like the rest of those guys really feed off of how good Wemby is as a defender, and that really helps them. The fact that they can't make shots, I feel like they make up for that a lot of times on the defense, on the defensive end. I was really impressed with what Denver did when Joker was out of the lineup. That was really impressive to me. I already knew that because they ended up filling a lot of gaps, and like we can now not talk about the non-Jokic minutes because they ended up, filling a lot of holes that they didn't have last season. So I was really impressed with what Denver did. And more importantly, the Boston Celtics. To be honest with you, I thought this was a gap year, Ron. I did. I thought that this Boston Celtic team was going to be at not the bottom of the East. I thought that they were a play-in team at best. And the fact that they are, right in the middle of this playoff picture, and there are some people who think that they could get to the NBA championship is amazing to me, considering the kind of ball that they've been playing. I think Joe Mazzulla is the coach of the year.
Yo,
real talk.
Yeah.
You hot.
Good. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mars, I see you shaking your head at some things. I don't know if it's at certain characters that just jumped on stage or anything that you just heard. However, I would like your prediction or who you believe will dominate the rest of the stretch of the season in whatever capacity that you think they'll dominate.
I think there's going to be a dominant tanking display from the Nets, Pacers, and Wizards. I think they're going to show losing in ways that not many people deem fathomable.
Are they going to invent new ways to lose, Mars?
Yeah. I think I don't know if they play each other. Yeah, I don't know if they play each other, but I think those games are going to be mightily entertaining. When the score's 87-87. And they're actively trying to turn the ball over and miss shots because they know what's on the line. So I think they're going to be dominant in their pursuit of losing. And I think that's gonna be extremely entertaining. So
April 9th, Mars. Indiana plays Brooklyn.
the fact that it's one of the last games of the season makes it even better. Oh my god, yeah. Tap into that game for
Might have to
sure. If
throw
they're like,
Dallas in
if
there,
they have
man.
like the same record. Oh yeah, Kyrie's out for the rest of the year now.
Yes, he
Confirmed.
is.
Yeah,
They confirmed that
that's
today?
what I remember. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Well, Kyrie confirmed it. Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to the conference finals. I think we can say
No.
that's over.
Yeah. I was wrong on that. Yes, I was.
It was close enough. Yeah. Only a little bit off. But yeah, that's why I think it's going to happen. Last third of the season.
I mean, that
But
is
chill,
going to
it's
be
a
a fairly
fascinating
competitive
time,
race.
Exactly. That's going to be better than the race for
it's
the
a-
number 1 seed in the East.
What were you saying, Damien?
Yeah. I was going to say it's a fascinating time, Chill, because I think your theory holds up. Like what the evidence we have based on where we are at the season now usually tells us the story, and which teams are going to be there at the end. But like that one that you discussed with James in 18, that was a bit of an anomaly too. So I think it even strengthens sort of your theory because that was like wholesale changes at the trade deadline and things of that nature. So because that team was underachieving, but the teams that I have my eyes on from each conference is in the East, the Cavs. I think they're still in the honeymoon period with James Harden. I think that's going to roll on. I think they're going to make a real push to be that second seed, especially. I don't know if they're going to catch Detroit, but Cleveland looks primed to like see what this James Harden thing can really be. And I think honestly, like I don't have them like making any genuine noise in the West, but I think the Lakers got a lot to prove in this sort of second sprint in the second half of the season, mainly because LeBron Reeves and Luka have only played 152 minutes together this year. Like, and to put that into perspective, Luke Kennard's already played 96 minutes himself. Like Drew Timmy's played 150 minutes. Just to put into perspective, like those three guys haven't shared the floor at all this season. And they obviously built around them three. So I'm keeping an eye on the Lakers to see what it actually looks like when their big three is healthy. But those are my two, man.
Luke Kennard hasn't sucked, by the way, Mars. He hasn't been terrible. No.
Chill. Luke Kennard doesn't suck.
He does not.
Why would you expect him to suck if he doesn't suck?
No, he has not. He's actually been pretty good with his Laker team. Mm-hmm.
Yo, Mars,
I didn't understand the
point.
low volume thing. Oh, go ahead, Ron.
Mars brought up a compelling point, and
I
want to ask you guys, what's going to be more exciting? Because obviously we know. Let me just set the table. Obviously we know the team that's first in the East. You get to play a lower seed. You get home court advantage. Through and through, all of that good stuff. And it's looking like the team that might come first in the East might have home court advantage throughout the whole playoffs, including the finals.
They got the best record in the league, Ron. They got the best record in the league.
But they're not making it to the finals.
However, the worst team in the East might just have the best odds to get the number 1 pick. And we know what that could mean. We know exactly what that could mean. So let's just say that the number 1 pick was guaranteed if you were the worst team in the East. Let's just say, for instance, it was guaranteed. You're gifted it. What will be more compelling? The race for the number 1 seed? Cavs, Knicks, Pistons? Cavs, Knicks, Pistons? Or the race for the bottom?
Come on,
Ox, you can sit this one out. If this is just
finna-
going to ruffle your feathers too much,
Yeah.
you can just sit this one out.
I'm going to mute my mic.
Ron, is there a reason why you're wearing your headphones like that?
They just fit. I'm able to hear, and stomach bad takes better when I have it.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. The takes sit well better. They don't sit at the top of my head. It sits at like
So the headphones being underneath like that, that's basically like some seasoning on some bad food. You're able to
basically
get it down a little bit better. It's awful food, but I put a little bit more salt on it and I can handle it a little bit more.
It soothes it better into the back of my head.
Chill. That's the thing about
food.
I've been telling Ron this for a long time. He can vouch for this. I'm trying to tell people. A lot of people don't even know what food tastes like. You know what I'm saying? They have no idea what food tastes like. They wouldn't. They couldn't tell. They couldn't tell you what chicken or steak or pork. They couldn't tell you what any food really tastes like because they just use half a thing of seasoning on everything. That they have no idea what food actually tastes like.
So all they doing is eating seasoning.
Yeah, they've never actually tasted food before.
So what you trying to say is they might as well season a cardboard box?
Just might as well taste the same.
Please, anyone, do not go out there putting lorries on cardboard. I
Don't
promise you,
do that, yo. That's not Cardboard boxes
go
are
how you
not
think it's
Might
gonna
as
go.
well. It's the same thing they're eating anyway.
Cardboard boxes are not consumable, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
You're
let's
not going to
not
get
do
any
that.
sustenance for that.
Most
from
of the
that.
shit
You're
y'all
not.
eating ain't consumable. Might as well.
What is
But
Larry? What's that?
I think the race for the top of the Eastern Conference to me is kind of over. As far as like getting the number 1 seed, I think Detroit is going to continue to do what they do in the regular season and win games. They have a great formula with that great defense. They have Cade, who is number 1. He's been healthy this year. I do remember there was a point in time that was a bit of a concern for Cade staying healthy. So shout out to him for that. So as long as Cade is healthy, they play great defense. They're going to win regular season games. So I don't really find the race to the top as far as the number 1 spot that entertaining in the Eastern Conference because I think they're too far gone at this point.
Plus,
and I do want to talk about the Western Conference with this too.
Yep.
However, I forgot one team in here. So I said Pistons, Knicks, Cavs. Let me put some respect on the Boston Celtics, who actually are the 2nd seed in the East, and they're only 5.5 games behind the Pistons, and they might get gifted, a 6'10" step back merchant.
A 6'10" step. Yeah, they might get gifted that. But to your point, real talk, like we all know that. Like once we get later in the season and you recognize that these things aren't attainable, like the Celtics might shut their guys down because we've seen Oklahoma City when they have 16 games up in the West. They shelve SGA, they shelve J-Dub. If we at the end of the season, to Mars's point, if we at the end of the season, I'm still trying to get the number 1 pick. So I am 100% doing everything that I can to lose games so we can possibly get better odds. Yes, because this lasts all the way to the end of the season. We're not just looking at Washington going, well, Washington is 4 games ahead of us or 4 games behind us. Like, we got to start losing more games. So we're going to do everything that we can to continue to activate the tank and to keep the tank hot.
Chill. So, but like besides those bum ass non-integrity teams, right? Like you got to also remember. So it's not always about the fight to the 1 seed, though. You know what I mean? Like maybe let's say Detroit has that on lock. Well, maybe a team like Cleveland. Maybe to your point, you said you don't think Cleveland wants it with Toronto or certain teams, right? That fight to that 2nd seed to some teams is just as important, if not more important, to that 1 seed because it's like, okay, I might get a chance at Orlando or Atlanta or, a team like that, at whoever comes out of the play-in. So we also got to remember that those 2 to a lot of times that 2 to 8, especially in the West, that 2 to 8 is decided by a game and a half.
Real talk.
And me personally, if I'm the Lakers, I don't want to play Minnesota. I'd rather play Golden State or Phoenix, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to get to that 2 seed.
Real talk. You fight teams duck smoke all the time.
I think when you're in the Western Conference, because we've had this kind of conversation about the West for the past few years now, because it's been all bunched up, and teams can't really play the let me see what seeding I want game in the West because you mess around, lose 1 game and now you're in the play-in.
Right.
So that's never a good idea. You want to make the playoffs. But if you are, comfortably in a top 4 seed, and you see that, hey, if we stick in this 3 spot, we got Luka, Bron, and Austin. Maybe we don't want that for real. Let's try to see if we can get Golden State. I mean, that can definitely be an option for some teams. But again, in the West, it's just way too competitive to even think like that. You got to win as many games as possible.
Yeah, I could get with that logic, but I'm thinking about a team like Minnesota. So like Minnesota is in the 6th spot right now. And they end up, let's just say for sake of argument, they end up dropping to the 7th spot. I mean, are they looking at Golden State like, okay, we could beat them? And then we end up getting San Antonio in round 1. They're looking at San Antonio. They ain't looking at San Antonio like, damn, we got to see them. I think Minnesota's looking at San Antonio like, we can beat them. We 100% can beat them.
Minnesota thinks they can beat everybody in the well.
Right.
At least I think Minnesota can beat everybody.
I think they think that too. But I feel like when you're in the play-in tournament, the teams that you're looking at in the play-in tournament, depending on who you are, you're looking at teams like we can beat Phoenix. to get to 7th spot.
Mhm.
And then I think we can beat as good as San Antonio is and as good as Wemby is, I think we can beat them. I'd rather see them than have to see Denver in round 1. I'd rather see them than have to see Oklahoma City in round 1.
Chill. The team this year is probably Phoenix. If Phoenix so happens to make the playoffs, cute little season from them, applaud their little effort, you know what I'm saying? But their last year's Houston Rockets, you know what I'm saying? Everybody last year was like, oh man, if I could just get the Rockets in the first round, that'd be fantastic. And that's going to be Phoenix this year because they're for sure going home in the first round. Like it's not even.
I think.
Can we say the same
Rockets
thing
again too? Real talk. I think.
The Rockets. Yeah, the Rockets may be that team again. One of the teams again.
I don't know about the Rockets.
I
was asking.
I want to bring it back east. Damian, I actually want to ask you, which race do you think is more compelling? You have the top 4 teams in the East: Celtics, Pistons, Knicks, Cavs. Then you got the bottom 3 teams, and maybe we can add the Bucks to this. I don't know, but you got the Nets, 15-38, Pacers, 15-40, and the Washington Wizards, 14-39.
That was a serious question. I thought you was just bullshitting.
I think it's gonna. I think we're gonna see something different to what we've seen previously. Like usually in previous seasons, teams know who are the worst teams in the league, and we sort of lightly look at it. But I think this year, especially, it's going to get a lot of media attention, especially like which team's gunning for the number 1 pick, which team has the worst record in the league. It's going to be tracked. I think this year, it's going to be very interesting because I think it's going to be tracked this year like the top seeds. Like, I think there's going to be some genuine, like, people are going to be tuning into that game, Indiana and Brooklyn chill at the end of the year. Like, hey, I need to see what this is about. But I think it also gets to the point, like, with what, like, to Ox's point, where, like, if teams are separated by a game or so, it's still going to be similar odds in the lottery. And what's interesting is that the very worst teams in the league actually haven't got the number 1 pick, I think, over the last sort of 5 years. So has history shown us that you can be a bottom team, but you don't necessarily have to be the worst team in the league to get the number 1 pick? I think that's another thing that's like, I don't know if teams actually thinking about that. It's obviously about how many games can we lose to improve our odds, but you don't necessarily have to be the worst team in the league to get the top pick in the draft. And then on top of that, depending on who you are, like Indiana might, like to me, Indiana and Brooklyn especially, like, do they need a point guard? Like, do they need, like, if Darren Peterson's available, obviously, like, is that someone that you take regardless because you think he's the best in the draft? Like, that's another thing that it will depend on what the teams are looking for as well, because not necessarily getting the number 1 pick if you don't need a point guard doesn't matter in the end if you're not going to take Darren Peterson anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I'm playing him at the 2, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think he's a 2 too.
If I'm being honest with you, I'm playing him at the 2. But, and this might ruffle some feathers with my man Ox. I think in the Eastern Conference, I think it's some teams at the bottom of that playoff picture. They looking at Boston like, we could beat them dudes. We can beat them dudes.
They're wrong, but I ain't mad at them for feeling that way.
The reason why I'm saying that is because I can appreciate what they are this season in terms of the system, right? In terms of the system, the ball movement, the continuity that they have on defense. But, and I've said this to you countless times, like when we get into the meat and potatoes of the game, I can't X and O you anymore. Go get me a bucket. Go get me a stop. And I feel like there are teams that look at the Celtics that they trust their guys, like Philly, like maybe the Miami Heat. Like, yo, we can stop these dudes. We could get Jaylen Brown to make more mistakes. We could get Sam Hauser into spaces where he doesn't want to be. Even though Sam Hauser is actually a really good defender, I don't think people give him enough credit for his defense. I think he's a really good on-ball defender. But I think we could put guys like Derek White in spaces in the meat and potatoes of games that he doesn't want to be in, and it'll really give us a chance. And it'll really give us a chance to win games. So I feel like with the Celtics, I'm not gonna. Food isn't the word I'm looking for, but I do think that there's teams that look at them like we got a shot against them.
Sure, if I was Miami, Orlando, and Philly, I'd feel the same way. Like because I mean, first of all, you have to find some type of way where my team can beat this team, right? If you're coaching, it's like, okay, I'm not going into this like, damn, we're screwed. Nah, I'm getting to the war room and I'm going to be like, okay, this is how we got to execute. This is what we got to do to beat this team. But with or without that, chill, I've been from the beginning of the season saying the East is wide open. Now, obviously, I've had 3 different favorites to win the East this season, but it is
that kind of speaks into it, though.
Yeah.
I think so. In fact, it's been 4 teams, right? I had the Knicks, I had the Celtics, I had the Orlando, I had Miami. So there's 4 teams I've jumped around, you know what I'm saying, said this team would do it, this team would do it. Right now I'm with Boston. But chill, absolutely. I think any team in the East should feel like they can beat any team in the East. That's even Orlando versus New York. That's Miami versus Detroit. That's shit.
Now what I want to do, Ox,
Atlanta versus Boston. You have to feel that way.
Now what I want you to do, Ox, I want you to clarify, because what people hear when they hear that the East is wide open, they have that with the East being weak, which I don't think the East is weak. I think that
I don't either.
When they say that the East is wide open, like for example, when you say that the East is wide open, do you mean that the East is wide open that any team can win it because all of these teams are really good, or the East is wide open and like we got like 1 or 2 teams in the East and the East is whack?
I still think that there's a couple teams that are superior. Like I still think New York, Detroit, and Boston. I think those 3 teams are probably a little better than the other teams. But it's not like they got somebody on one of those teams where it's just overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like Jalen Brunson might be one guy that's like, all right, he'll get him a bucket whenever they need to in the 4th or 3rd. I don't know about Cade Cunningham is an amazing basketball player. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not looking at him like, man, this dude to take over this whole series, right? I also know that Jaylen Brown has flaws, and it's like we can if we can exploit those.
Do you now?
Just like every basketball player, including Michael Jordan, you know, he got flaws. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. It's one of those situations where I don't think anybody out there is going to take over a whole series. So for those reasons, I think it's wide open.
Well, who have we seen?
Weak. Well, I don't think.
Who have we seen in the East that we can say that this guy can win me a playoff series? Who have we seen? Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell has shown me that I can win us a playoff series. I can do that. I can get us at around.
I mean, funny enough, Jill, James Harden.
James Harden, I can get us at round 1. I can do that, right? I
Jalen
Brunson, I could take over a series. The question is when we get later on.
I do think Jaylen Brown can hold it down. Like
You've never seen it.
We've seen Jaylen Brown have some really good.
We haven't seen Jaylen Brown win a series.
Well, I mean, he's been playing with Jason Tatum, so
they're right. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is Jaylen Brown has showed that he can show up in a series, and I think, as a matter of fact, I think what he you know what I'm saying, that defense he played on Luka, including the 22 points per game he dropped. I think that was
still hyping that little Andre Iguodala finals MVP.
You call it what you want. That was a show of dominance, if you ask me. But yeah. So you know, because like I know, you know, the basketball is not all about who can score 31. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about who can score 32. You know what I mean?
I can get with that.
So I think you do got Donovan Mitchell. You got Jalen Brunson. We've seen Jalen Brunson carry Luka to the Western Conference Finals. So you know, we got Donovan Mitchell. You got Jalen Brunson.
You fight that real talk? Whoa, hold on, Ox. Stay right there.
No. Let him Euro step that chill. Let him Euro.
I was just Euro. Yeah, we got.
You know what I'm saying? We've seen some guys. I think I want to say Paolo, but I'm not going to. I don't think we got time for that today. Trae Young's not going to be in the playoffs, so it don't matter. But anyways, chill. I think the East is wide open. Yeah, I think the East is wide open.
To Damien's point earlier, because when we were talking about like the teams that can do something in the remainder of the regular season, I'm looking at the strength of schedule left in the league right now. Cleveland is all the way at the bottom at 26. They have a bottom 5 tough schedule, so they can definitely rack up some wins. And a lot of teams that we're anticipating in the West to kind of, you know, turn it on for the remainder of the season have very tough schedules. The toughest remaining schedule is Denver. They have to play OKC 3 times, the Spurs 3 times, the Celtics, the Knicks, the Rockets all once. They still have to play the Lakers twice. And then number 2 after Denver is OKC. They got to play Detroit twice, Boston twice, Denver 3 times, the Knicks twice, Cleveland once, and then the Lakers twice. And then the third, which is actually a team I'm anticipating to do well, is Minnesota. They have to play Detroit twice, OKC, the Celtics, and Denver once, the Rockets twice, and the Lakers once. So those are the three toughest remaining schedules. In Denver, I'm looking at theirs. They can slide. That I'm looking, bruh. Playing OKC and the Spurs 6 times is crazy.
But real talk. Let me ask you guys though: does that actually help these teams? We know they're going to make the playoffs.
Get them ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, we know these three teams.
It's going to be it's going to be playoff. Atmosphere.
You know what I'm saying? You got a tough stretch. Now we're actually being able to be calculated during these games. So if we see OKC in the playoffs, we could test out some things, or we're just playing close games. Does that help?
I don't think San Antonio is much of an issue for Denver.
It's a fine line though.
You don't think San Antonio is much of an issue for Denver, Ox? And why not?
Well, that's just San Antonio though. They got the toughest remaining schedule. So I'm saying even if they go 3-0 against San Antonio, does the rest of the schedule help them?
Sure.
Or does it hurt them seeing that they might slide?
It's a fine line. It's a fine line, Ron, because it does get you battle tested ready for the playoffs. But to Real Talk's point, you don't want to lose too many of these games, man, because you start to slip down the standings very quickly in the West. Like the West, if you start on Monday and then you check the standings on the Sunday, and teams can fly in and out of that sort of 3 to 6 spot with a couple wins, a couple losses here and there. And God forbid one of these guys goes down, man, you could find yourself in a dogfight trying to stay above the play-in. So it's very tricky. I think it can show you a lot of things and you can get battle tested very quickly, but it's a fine line. You don't want to be dropping too many of these games, man. And in the East, I don't want to see Philly, by the way. I absolutely do not want to see Philly in the first round.
Well, Real Talk, you just brought up Cleveland. I mean, I don't really see the idea of it being weak. Okay, Brooklyn, they can handle them. They've been in dogfights against Charlotte. They've beaten Charlotte 3 times, but they've been in dogfights with them. They got to see Oklahoma City on Sunday afternoon. Then they got the Knicks after them. They should handle Brooklyn. Then we got to go to Detroit. Got Brooklyn again. Then we got Detroit coming back home. Then we got to see the Celtics and Philly, who they own this season. Then we got Orlando, Dallas. They should be able to beat them. Milwaukee, Chicago has already activated the tank. So has New Orleans. Then Orlando again. Miami, Utah has already activated the tank. But the Lakers, Golden State, because you got to go out west. The Lakers, Golden State, Memphis. I mean, that schedule does not look weak, man.
The site ranks them. I'll put the site in the private chat link. But yeah, the site ranks them. I mean, you're in the NBA, so it's not never going to be technically easy. You know what I'm saying? Right. But they rank the remaining of the schedules. I'll put it in the private chat.
Hey, I just want to also point out, I forgot that Aaron Gordon is out. So forget what I was saying about Denver.
That's another thing. And I'm looking at the Western Conference standings right now. The Nuggets are only a game out of the 4th seed. As bad as the Rockets have been playing, they're only a game out, right? They're only a game and a half over the Lakers for the 5th seed and only a game and a half over the Timberwolves for the 6th seed. And they have the toughest remaining schedule. And Aaron Gordon isn't back. So,
I gotta tell you the truth because you just brought it up, and I said this last season, and I've even dabbled in this conversation a little bit this season. I don't know if the West is better than the East.
It is.
Well, see, when I say that, I'm a homer. When I say that the East is a lot better than what you get when you guys see. That's what I'm talking about. When I say that the East is a lot better than what you guys give it credit for, I'm on some bullshit. I'm an Eastern Conference homer. The East is whack. No, it isn't. It is not.
I'm just saying, chill, in Penn. I know that you said it is. You know it is. I know what I know, and that's all I know. I said I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to convince y'all or nothing. I'm just
what did I say?
Truth. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry. First of all, apologies. On most days, I wake up and I choose violence, but today I chose snooze. So my bad. I'm a little bit late. But
okay.
I am not agreeing with you. I am vehemently
I know you didn't agree. See, but you got to wake up and listen. You said that
I've been listening.
Did you wake up and not choose to listen?
No, because you said I said that I don't know about that I don't know if the West is better, and you said it is, right? Because you said that the West is better. I heard that, yes, and I'm saying that I understand. You know that the West is better. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just speaking on what I know. You feel me? I don't know what you know. I only know what I know.
What should he know, Penn?
You should know that the NBA champion is 95% going to come out of the West. You should know
95%. Where are you getting these numbers from?
That's one. No,
it sounds like a credible number to me. I don't know.
In my head,
he has a statistics degree.
I can get with 75. I can get with 75.
Yeah.
Let me concede somewhere in the middle and say 87%. Okay, so I'm gonna say 87% is we're gonna come out of the West. Number two, that there are teams that are battling for a play-in spot in the Western Conference right now that would be battling for home court in the East. I think for sure. But that doesn't mean that the East is wide open or garbage. And also, using my statistics degree, let me just do a little quick calculation.
We haven't brought that up.
Hold up. I know. I bring it up when I'm a little bit tired. I've been listening to this show for 10 to 12 minutes. I done heard y'all talk about the Pacers, the Hawks, the Heat, the Magic, the Jazz. I heard y'all bring up the Pelicans.
I brought up the Raptors. I did.
See, but I was sleeping, so I didn't hear that part. But this is the thing. Y'all need to talk about the Raptors. Y'all definitely need to talk about the Raptors as it pertains to the playoffs. It's a team that was top 3 in the Eastern Conference. Mars has gone to sleep. Why are you sleeping, Mars, quite literally on the 11th best team in the NBA? Why are you quite literally sleeping on the number one?
This is the 11th best team in the NBA. Who's the last year, Pitt? Let me ask you this right now. Let me ask you this right now. Who was the 11th best team in the NBA 2 years ago?
2 years ago?
Yes, sir. 2 years ago.
Okay, let's do a little one. 1, 2, 3.
See how you don't know? Because nobody gives a fuck about who's the 11th best team in the league.
You know who the 11th
really
best
cares about who's the 11th best team.
You know who the 11th best team was?
Who was
the Lakers. It's almost like you knew
What
that.
seed would the Raptors be in the West?
I don't know, 7th, 8th, 6th, something like that. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th.
Does that not mean anything?
No, it means a lot.
6th, 7th,
we were
8th,
garbage
9th
last year. It means a lot.
They're 5th in the East.
Look, man, I'm saying
so if they'll be 6th in the West and they're 5th in the East, how much worse can the East possibly be than the West? They be one seed lower?
I'm saying we're a young team. Young teams tend to get better as the season goes on. We're a well-coached team. We're top 5, top 6 defense. That is something that usually travels with a good road team. So it don't matter. And, y'all saying the East is wide open, and I'm just like, I don't think the East is wide open. I think Charlotte probably is gonna surprise some people. I think Charlotte has a really good chance to do what Indiana did.
You know who the Raptors are this year? They're who Orlando should have been.
Wait, the East aren't wide open because Charlotte's gonna.
Yeah, because it's Charlotte's.
Yeah, if Charlotte make the.
It's Charlotte.
That shows how wide open the East is. If
Thank
you
you.
think
Charlotte are the.
You mean the same Charlotte that smacked the OKC Thunder by 27?
Yes, that same Charlotte.
Boogeyman, OKC Thunder. Yeah, man, y'all respect the Charlotte Hornets.
They're the boogeyman to you. I told you they wasn't about what I was talking about. But anyways, though,
the chat should absolutely love PC because y'all get to hear about the future here before it becomes popular, before it becomes mainstream. We might be the trendsetters of the entire NBA, the way I see it, because I don't know that me and Mars been talking about Charlotte for a while now. At least
you got Charlotte winning the East.
He's not stupid, but
yeah.
But we've been talking about Charlotte.
Real ones know in the chat. We've been Team LaMelo Ball for about 2 years now, but fairs.
Trying to get on this bandwagon. Get in on your own bandwagon. But what I'm saying is,
again, real ones know we've been here. But
you LaMelo fanning. We're talking about Hornets. We're talking about the
what team? What team employs them?
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. You heard about Scotty Barnes being a top 15 player here a year and a half ago. And now we're here. You heard about LeBron James potentially ruining the All-Star game last week. And then you got to hear about it from the whole world for the entire weekend. I'm just saying, I think we might be talking to the right people because people keep biting our takes.
Well, we ain't talking to the right people.
Shout out to the trendsetters.
We're talking to each other. The right people may be listening. How about that? Because we actually having a conversation amongst ourselves. We actually have people who come in and hear us talking like, wait a minute, maybe these dudes know what they're talking about. So
I actually know a couple of players who do listen to players.
Yes, they do.
And I was shocked out of my mind. These I was just like, y'all got time to listen? He's like, yo, I don't tune in every day. He's like, if I'm on a drive and it's that time of the day, I'll put y'all on.
He lighting us up.
I was just like, who are these 1,600 live viewers, man? Some of y'all players. That's pretty cool.
Hello to all the GMs that are listening right now. If I was you, I would keep my eyes on Mikael Brown Jr. because that boy is tough. However, let's get back to the actual topic at hand. The actual topic was, which teams do we believe will dominate post All-Star break? We broke it down into the Eastern Conference. I said, what race would be more interesting, the race to the top or the race to the bottom? We have 3 terrible teams at the bottom who more than likely would love to have the number 1 pick. And then we have about 5 teams out east that would love to get that number 1 pick and all have a equal opportunity to get that. Penn, I got to ask you, now that you're here, which race are you more fascinated with? Number 1 seed in the East or the 15th seed in the East?
I am way more fascinated with the number 1 seed in the East, personally. Because I'm trying to figure out where is Charlotte going to be, and then who is going to have to face them in the opening round. Because that team is not. They're not doing all this to just go home after 1 round. They actually think they can beat people. And that is a very scary thing for an undercard or, a road team, when they literally think they can come into your building and stomp you by 20, 30 points, and there ain't going to be nerves in that locker room, because I know they're a young team, but they have, when people consistently show you that they are built for those bright lights, they're built for those big moments when they go up against. I don't think y'all realize what a big deal it is to go into OKC and beat that team by 27. I just don't.
And that 27, just so you guys know, that 27 is indicative to the game. They went in there and stomped them boys.
Yeah,
they did. They went in there and kicked Oklahoma City's ass.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
But to your point,
that's an understatement, Damien. That's an understatement.
But that's what I was about to ask him. So
what do they lack? This is again. Okay, forget about the name recognition. What do they lack? Do they lack
Penn? What about the suspensions? Like we're gonna lose these 3 guys. We're gonna lose Bridges and we're gonna lose Musa, who Mars loves. We're gonna lose these guys for a couple of games. That's gonna be a problem moving forward, especially when you're in the playoff race. Yes, it's gonna be a huge problem.
Yeah, they are trying to like move up the ladder.
Yes, and to lose these guys for 3-4 games, that's gonna be a problem.
Sure, analytically speaking, they've been the best team in the league over the last month.
Right.
They have, but the one thing I don't believe in is their defense. I just don't believe they're top 10 defense. I just truly don't. Now, if they sustain that,
they're going to show you.
Kudos to them, but I just don't believe that.
Look, there have been teams historically that have turned it around January. They've been kind of bad. I think you need to remove the context of the record, because every time I tell Ron, I want to talk about the Hornets. He's like, Penn, they're the 12th team. And then I'll be like, yo, Ron, we got to talk about the Hornets. Penn, they're the 10th team. Talk to me when they're out of the play-in. Look, man, like, what are we going to do? We're going to talk about them when they stomp someone in the first round, because this team could fully beat, like, the Boston Celtics in a first round if Tatum is not right. This team could beat. I ain't going to say they can beat Detroit.
I'm not mad at that, actually.
They can beat the Knicks. Though they can beat the Knicks.
I think the Knicks smoke.
Wait. They're not beating Boston. Bring that back. Bring that right back.
They can beat the Knicks.
The Hornets versus the Knicks, Penn. What would your prediction be in that series? How many games do the Hornets win? And ultimately, how do they win?
I predict that the Knicks would win 4-2. That's a prediction. But if the Hornets get hot, the 9 threes that they take, the amount of fucks that LaMelo does not give with his shot selection, the amount of pressure that his shot creation puts on that team, the dynamic.
How
do you stop all these dudes? Okay, think about the size of this team. Okay. You got LaMelo at the point guard, right?
Sure.
Who is Jalen Brunson guarding in this series?
He's going to have to guard LaMelo, which...
that is a nightmare.
He's not guarding LaMelo.
He guards Con.
That's an even bigger nightmare.
No, it doesn't guard him either.
He guards Brandon Miller.
LaMelo guards no one, by the way.
What are you talking about? That is an insane proposition.
Who guards Jalen Brunson?
Yeah.
LaMelo.
Shit.
The Knicks are sweeping that series.
LaMelo.
Right, Brandon Miller.
4-0.
You know who guards Jalen Brunson? A better defender than Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
What does that have to?
I don't know.
It doesn't mean anything. We're talking. It's absolutely
two
nothing because
biggest defensive
Jalen Brunson
liabilities.
is a better scorer, a better offensive player than LaMelo. So okay,
Yeah.
Defensive
sure.
liabilities
So
are going to be
what does it
stretched.
matter?
Defensive
Mikal
liabilities.
Bridges is going to guard LaMelo better than LaMelo guards anybody in his whole life. Ever.
Very true.
That's not. This isn't
So
even going to be a
That's
close
a
series.
5-game series. I'm not gonna lie.
We're talking about a gentleman sweep at best.
Yeah.
At best.
Are we in the place now where a team can have a good 4 to 8 weeks and all of a sudden they're going to beat the Knicks in the playoffs?
Yeah, they're going to beat the
We've
Knicks.
always been in this place, Damien. This ain't nothing new. We've always been here.
What am I hearing, man? That's crazy, man.
Charlotte got hot for the last 2 months. Now they're gonna smoke the Knicks. No,
Yo, but chill. What is the most important part of the regular season in terms of determining who you really are? Is it November? No. Is it April?
I think it's the last third of the season. These last 27 games.
No, I don't think so because the last 2, 3, 4
Actually, no,
weeks
that's
of the
not true.
season,
I
that's
think
just
it's
not
the
true.
middle-
People are preparing
it's
for the
middle-
playoffs.
It's the middle 27 games. That's where I'm
Okay, and who is the best team in the NBA in the middle 27 games?
Who has been the best team in I think that 13 games
Mars.
over 500.
Mars.
Would you care to tell the people who the best team over the last?
Chill ran it down. He was giving us every team's record. You missed that part, so he knows it's the Hornets because he answered this earlier.
They 13 games over 500, just like Detroit is.
Okay, so over the last little
So
stretch,
the Hornets
who's
in
the best
Detroit.
team-
This is ridiculous. The
The 1 and 2 seeds. Yeah, the 1 and 2
But
seeds.
why is it ridiculous, Bron?
Penn, I still might be stuck in yesteryear.
I
still might be stuck in the trash that these two teams, the garbage that they just bestowed upon the whole entire NBA from 2022 to 2023 to 2024. These teams are good now, I guess. I got to come around to it. Hey, Penn, sometimes I'm early to the party. I'm late as hell to this party. Both of them. Both of them.
Late.
But it's the same argument with Detroit. It's the same argument with Detroit. Detroit haven't, Detroit, they're the number one team in the league. And usually when you're the number one team in the league, everyone books your ticket to the NBA Finals already. But we have reservations about Detroit because they just haven't shown us in the they just haven't been a good team consistently for a long time. So
I have no
it's fine to have those reservations.
I have no reservations about Detroit. If I had to rank out teams that I do not want to see in the playoffs, I do not want to see Detroit. Not in the West. I think Detroit is one of 4 teams in the league. I would say OKC, San Antonio.
And you really coming around on this Cade Cunningham guy, man? Because
he's coming around on the Pistons, not Cade.
I'm coming around.
So one of the main reasons why they
coming around on
the Let's rewind for a second here. Cade Cunningham could be MVP. Who said it?
You did say that. Yes, you did.
That was 5 months ago. What are we doing here? What are you being coming around on Cade? I like Cade. Cade's good. Just because I prefer Scotty Barnes, people think I hate Cade. I don't hate Cade.
I didn't say you hated him. I just said that you were coming around on him because
you definitely hated Cade.
I absolutely.
You were very critical of him for a while.
Definitely hated Cade. He might not.
By the way, very valid criticism.
Yeah, you were very critical of him.
And as he has improved,
are you still of the belief that Scotty's better than Cade?
Yes.
I believe that Cade has had a better season last year. I believe he's having a better season this year. I believe Scotty will be a better player.
Penn, are you of the belief that Cade Cunningham is
I
better?
believe Cade is having a better season.
Is Scotty Barnes better than Cade today?
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
I think he's the best defender in the world, and if he had more space, he would drive.
Is Wemby on his alien planet right now? I'm confused.
Scotty Barnes, the best defender on the planet now.
Yes, sir.
Other than Wemby.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's
definitely not going to be.
Shout out to Scotty Barnes, man. Nah, I think Scotty Barnes is amazing.
Penn, with this Detroit team? What do you like? What do you love about them so much now?
They beat the shit out of you, Chill. They are so tough. They're mentally tough. The playoffs are tough. When you get ahead, we have talked about this many times in many plausible moments. When I say if they hit you, do you hit that thing? Do you get up when someone hits you, right? When someone starts knocking you over, do you come back harder? Damn, pause. My bad.
I'm with you, Penn. I'm with you. I'm following you.
I'm just hearing the chat losing their mind right now.
No, I'm following you.
So Cade is a very physical guard.
Sure.
Asar is one of the top 7 defenders in the league. In my opinion, he might be one of the top 3 defenders in the league. He might be like the next name right there that I will put as the 3rd defender in the league. I think Beef Stew is one of the top 7, 8 defenders in the league. I think this team has a genuine dog in them. I think they have the competitive spirit that I have seen in many NBA champions.
Sure.
So, and they're not scared of anybody. They feel like, they feel like someone who went to prison for 20 years and came out and just said, you know what, I've seen it all. That losing streak that they went on a couple of years ago, it feels like they genuinely went through hell. And everything that they have seen from that point on has been a redemption arc. They don't take games off. They don't usually have stinkers. They are a very deeply focused team, and I love their coaching. Yep. They are deep, well coached, extremely balanced. The shooting could be an issue, maybe, if the shots just completely stop falling, but the defense travels.
Now, are we not seeing like great defensive teams that are physical but lack offensive viability flame out in the playoffs?
The reason why I was asking, the reason why he brought that up, Penn, is because I was asking you, because you just said that they beat the shit out of teams, like they basically rough teams up. So what essentially that sounds to me like the bully is just roughing teams, just roughing guys up. So what happens when you actually stand up to the bully and now you got to fight? There's a difference between you roughing up, the bully roughing you up, and then he is expecting you to roll over. Because it sounds to me like what you're telling me is with this Detroit Pistons team, you wither because you're getting roughed up. Well, what happens when you actually they get that pushback and they have to fight back? So then now these things
physically designed.
What I'm saying, Penn, is that now these teams that they run up on, like the Knicks, like the Cavs, who will push back, right? Like right. Philly, who will push back. And now we got to play basketball. Now we got to execute. Cade's gonna have to make shots. Cade's gonna have to be more consistent at the rim. Beef Stew is gonna have to knock down that long ball. In addition to him knocking down that long ball, Jalen Duren is gonna have to defend better. He's gonna have to be better around the rim. What happens when we have to do that now? When we run up on these teams, are you definitively telling me that you like Detroit against these other teams? Because it can't just be because we roughing you up.
Chill. And I also, Pim, before you answer, I also do want to add some context to the bully, just roughing people up. It's like in middle school where this kid is 6'4", 220. He just bigger than everybody. The little nigga can't fight though. Like, hey, when you come against one of them other middle schoolers, he might not be as big as you, but I really can fight. My dad showed me how to fight. I've been on the pads and I done put on the gloves before. What you gonna do when you start getting hit in your big ass ribs? What you gonna do when he hits you with an uppercut? He might not drop you, but you gonna feel that uppercut. Hey, just because you big and strong don't mean you can fight. Like,
Ron, that's what you just said, Ron. Everything that you just said sound like now I gotta fight now. There's a difference between me roughing you up but actually getting hit back, and now, oh shit, I gotta fight now. I ain't prepared to do that. That's what that sounds like to me.
I mean, the physicality is only going to take teams so far. Like, there's a level of physicality that every team in the playoffs should have. Like, obviously, some teams are going to be a little bit more nasty than other teams, but to your point, you're like, eventually we're going to have to play, and talent's going to have to rise to the top. And the reason why no one's booking Detroit into the NBA Finals, despite having the best record in the league, because we haven't seen yet that they can be the best team in the East against some of these other teams that are going to give them their best shot and have the talent to match them. So I think it's wide open. I don't think the Hornets going to come in here and run through the East or beat Detroit or beat New York. Like, they're a fun story, but to me, they're probably a first round exit. Like,
yeah, they're missing they're missing some second star scoring punch. Just from anybody over there on that run. Like, I'm not a big Jalen Duren's not that guy yet. Maybe he turns out to be that guy sometime in his career. I'm also not that, like, if Cade is carrying your offense, great passer, great playmaker, he needs to take another step as an individual scorer himself before he can just one-man playoff offenses, in my opinion. Like, the people that do that are Shea, Luka, Giannis. Like, he's not that level of offensive player yet, in my opinion.
Real talk, if he and I hate to keep beating this dead horse, and I'm gonna leave Laurie out of this, but if they were to get a guy like MPJ, another guy that could score, I think K got it. Honestly, real talk, I just think he needs somebody else with him to open that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think if he had another guy over there that could really get a bucket like that, I think his bucket getting would look a little better. I think he has all the tools. I think he has the size. He has the IQ. He just needs somebody else over there to help him out with that.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. I do think like he's not in the most advantageous offensive situation by any means. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The spacing isn't great. There's no second side ball handling or shot creation going on really consistently for that team.
Joe, Detroit's one of those teams, y'all. They could be a second. I don't want to go crazy and say first, but they could be a early out in the playoffs, and I don't think that's as big of a deal as the world will make it seem.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like the world will make it seem like, oh my God, this team they're trash. They fooled us. They need fire Coach Bickerstaff. You know what I'm saying? Cade's a bum. You know. All of this, they will go crazy over an early exit from them, and I don't think that it's as crazy as it should be. I think this team is still really good, and I think in the next 3 to 4 years, we're going to be talking about them in the finals, maybe multiple times. I think this Detroit team is really good, and if they were to be an early exit, I'm talking first round would be ridiculous, but like an easy second round for Cleveland or a team like that or something, I don't think that really should be. I don't think we should freak out over that. You know what I mean? I think they're just getting better.
Yo, Big Ox, I know one thing that we're not going to have no early exits in, and that's on Splash Sports. We will not, I repeat, we will not lose this week. Big Ox, I need you to queue up our picks from yesterday as we make our picks today. But before we do that, we know the NBA is heating up. We know the playoffs are right around the corner. But right now, here today, is your chance to get in on the action. Quick Picks on Splash Sports is I repeat, the DFS game that you've been waiting for. This isn't you versus some algorithm or you versus a sports book or you versus a calculator. No, that's not what this is. This is you versus other real sports fans. Real competition, real skill. The playing field is completely level, which means you get bigger payouts and you have more ways to win against those other people that just don't know ball as much as you know ball. Just your picks against their picks. But once again, you know ball and they don't know ball, so your picks will be better than their picks. Let's go ahead and get into it, Big Ox. We're going to dive into our picks from last night, and then we'll talk about our picks tonight. Let's make it happen, y'all.
Well, you sure you want to show the picks from yesterday?
Well, you win some, you lose some, but you live. Okay. You live.
Because you said we would not lose and then told me to queue them up, so.
Oh, I meant from today on.
Oh. Gotcha. There we go, right here. That's us.
Yusufu sold us?
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Did sell us. Four.
They lost? Damn.
Yeah. K-State got on their ass.
I told y'all we should have went with Haggerty. However, that's all good. That's all good. We still have some more college games to get into.
The Bonza.
Is that AJ I see?
The most criticized great player I think I've ever seen in college basketball history. Every time you go on Twitter, somebody's talking down on AJ, and then I look at the game. He has 30. I'm like, what?
Oh, you on spreadsheets Twitter? That's where you were.
Yeah.
They play Arizona on 19 shots, but he only had one steal.
AJ is going to be a better NBA player than Cam Boozer, by the way.
I agree.
Okay.
Doesn't he have the most 30-point
We got
games?
BYU versus Arizona. We got Arkansas.
Well, hold on, Ox. We just go stay with that game, BYU and Arizona. We are going to keep it condensed to just one game today. So we'll go with Koa Pete or somebody else from Arizona, and then we're going to rock with BYU's players. More than likely AJ. We might go Rob Wright. We'll see. But Penn, you being an AJ guy and all of that good stuff, what do you want to do with AJ?
More
what? More on what?
More
everything.
More everything. More
I think
anything.
they have a more glaze on here. You want to do that?
More glaze. Absolutely.
Oh, more turnovers.
Be specific so I can pick something.
More. PR.
You got it.
Yes, PRA.
Don't do the turnovers, man.
Don't do the turnovers.
Although I'm not gonna lie, that spacing about to get a lot worse with their recent injury history. But
they did just lose. What's his name?
Due to his ACL, the big guy.
Richie Saunders?
Richie Saunders, yeah.
Dang. I mean, but that means AJ's gonna have the ball in his hands though more.
yeah, that might not be the greatest thing in the world sometimes.
I mean, but you right. So that means it's going to be more everything: more turnovers, more assists, more rebounds, more points.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Less wins.
We got anything else from BYU, or do you want to go to Arizona?
Yeah, I want to rock with Rob Wright. Rob Wright's been on a heater. I think he had like 40 something the other game, but I'm gonna go with just points up there in the top right. It's only right that we go more with Rob Wright. And go ahead and type in Arizona. Let's see what Arizona got for us. Do we want to go with Burries or do we want to go with Cole Pete? Cole Pete's not even up here.
See no Cole Pete.
In college basketball, isn't it always safer to go with the best player? Like, who's their man? That big light skinned kid at Arizona.
It's Burries.
But
he's the man. So what's his line?
I don't think Cole Pete's the man though. I think it's Burries.
He's not on here. I don't see Cole Pete on here.
Yeah, for that team it's probably Burries, but Cole Pete's like that draft prospect. So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I usually don't bet. When I was betting, I didn't bet college basketball because young teenagers are so unpredictable.
Yes, they are.
In a competitive setting.
Yeah,
but there was one player who was a green machine. Shout out Zach Edey. Oh my God. Points plus rebounds used to be green as hell for Zach.
Fellas, I think that Burries is gonna bury 1.5 threes at least. Do y'all agree with me that Burries will bury at least 2 threes?
Yeah,
sure.
Easy money. Let's do that. Sure. Absolutely.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last night that we will do college basketball. Well, I wouldn't say the last night, but the NBA games start tomorrow, so we'll dive into that NBA pool. Actually, Big Ox, you know what? Let's go ahead and get ahead of the curve. As of right now, we got AJ DeBanza, 37.5 PRA. We're going more than that. That is the number 1 pick right there, ladies and gentlemen. So we expect him to go more than that. Then we got Rob Wright, his point guard, who has been on a heater really all season, but he's been kind of up and down. But when he goes off, he goes off. 18.5 points for Rob Wright. It's only right that we go more. And last but not least, we got Brandon Burries burying at least 2 threes. We got him going more than 1.5 threes. We're going to rock with that. However, Big Ox, might as well jump onto the NBA side and get ahead of the curve for tomorrow's games.
Let's do it.
Fellas, we are going to just pick a game, though. Which game do we like the most?
Well, we got Cleveland versus Brooklyn.
Houston versus Charlotte.
Charlotte versus Houston.
Let's do it. Charlotte versus Houston. Penn, you want to be Charlotte's representative?
I accept.
We'll kick it off.
More
for Grant Williams.
More everything.
Okay.
I'm in my fan. I'm in my fan bag right now. Okay. Not fuck Grant Williams. Get this guy off. Get this guy off. This man.
Specific.
Con Knipple, man. More points.
More what, Ben? Okay. Gotcha.
Damian, do you want to rock with the Rockets or do you want to rock with the Hornets?
I'm a whole Houston fan, bro.
The team chemistry right now. Oh my God.
Oh, Şengün.
Jabari Smith
Şengün gonna
shattered.
What's gonna happen here?
Kevin Durant.
Oh, Jalen Green.
KD got a lot.
Oh man, Houston legend, bro.
The scandals, man.
I don't know why they didn't retire his jersey. Now I'll go with JD Davison. Everything.
What you got,
He'll
Damian?
be up in my rafters. I know. That's all I know.
Go Grant Williams 3-pointers. I think he's 1.5. He can give me a couple threes.
Let's do
All right. Nice, Grant. Mars, is there anybody for the Rockets that you would like to take the more or the less on? Maybe Jabari's Morale's hurt. Ox, can you type in Rockets?
Sure.
Yeah.
Last time I picked Josh Okogie, he wasn't even in the rotation. So
That's unfortunate.
yeah, that one didn't work out. I
mean, that Reed Shepard's just right there in front of you. It's just staring.
Amazing. Shout out to Reed Shepard, man.
Facts.
So we're gonna say Clint Capella gonna get 5 rebounds.
Not mad at that. 4 of them gonna be offensive.
That was already at the bottom.
Oh, there you go.
KD better come out here and score 40.
Can't even find them. All these niggas look the same. Oh, here we go.
What? Pause.
Yo, in real talk, seeing that you are
My
a Houston native, a Houston representative, and a halftime fan, who would you like to put some bread?
Yeah, I'm betting on Kevin Wayne. I'm betting that Kevin Wayne come out here balling.
I think Ox already took the less on KD.
No, I wouldn't.
But I mean, you could flip that though if you would like.
Yeah, I'm taking the more. I'm taking the over on his points. Why did?
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad.
KD better hoop.
That's where we at. I highly disagree with that. I think we should all take the less, but Real Talk wants to go more. As a matter of fact, chat, you guys let us know what you would do with KD. Are you going more or are you going less than 24.5? However, the pick is set, and this is how we rock in. Do we have any boost? Anything?
Wednesday.
Well, Wednesday. Let's take that. Let's go ahead and put that big ass whale on this slip. Let's do that. Perfection. That's what that is right there. 5 turns into 90. We got Concanippo going more than 18.5 points. Grant Williams going more than 1.5 threes made, so he will make 2 or more. We got Clint Capella going more than 4.5 rebounds, and we got Kevin Durant, yuck, going more than 24.5 points. You guys let us know if you agree with this or what you would change, or just simply let us know what picks you are making for the day. That is Splash Sports. That's how we are rocking. And also, if you are ready to compete, make sure you use code CHOICE on Splash Sports. And when you use code CHOICE, you will get a free $50 deposit when you play your first $5. That's right. I'll say it again for the people in the back. You will get a free $50 when you play just $5, but you must use code CHOICE when you play that first $5. The link is in the bio. Let's see what you were made of. We'll see you guys in the winner's circle. We out.
Hey, quick side note, quick side note, Ox. Yesterday, because you're a women's basketball guy, I was watching Ole Miss. They got a chick named Cody McMahon.
Oh yeah.
She looked like a bigger, more controlled version of the chick that play in Dallas, Arike Agumbale. That's what she looked like. And real talk, you want to talk about a money stopping pop game? I'm saying, what? Oh my goodness! Watch out for Ole Miss when the tournament start. Watch out for Ole Miss when the tournament start. I only caught up like 3 of her games so far this year, chill. Every single time I watch her, she is cooking. She is nice as hell. Hell yes.
It's unfortunate that I can't really root for her because of the school that she go to. She goes to Ole Miss. Both my parents went to Mississippi State, so
okay. I can take that. I'm just flipping through the channels yesterday, and I see her get the ball, and I'm like, hold on, what's going on here? She grabs the goal. She grabs the ball.
Happens
glass.
when
she's going with
sometimes
it.
I'm like, Ox when he's watching volleyball.
This chick is a baller. Yes, sir.
Cody is dope.
Cody McMahon is her name. Yes. If you don't know, find out because she's the real deal. But I'm sorry, Ron, as you were saying.
We are going to get into these crunch time chats. I also still have to hear about. So we talked briefly about some of you guys, who you guys think will dominate the second half of the season. But I got to hear from everybody. Which teams do you specifically think will ball out in the second half of the season? Franz Wagner is also out indefinitely. We'll discuss what that looks like, what it is, and what this ultimately means for the Magic. However, before we do that, so Pin, I heard from you. Damian, I heard from your teams. Chill, we heard your teams. Correct? So Mars, Ox, Real Talk, I need you guys to let me know which teams do you think will dominate the second half of the season. Mars, you actually said the lesser teams.
Yeah, I already answered. Yeah.
Yo,
Ox,
I said the Pistons would be great in the playoffs. I didn't say who would dominate the second half of the season.
So who's going to dominate the second half of the season?
The North. That's what you got. Scotty Barnes, Defensive Player of the Year campaign, going to be locking down everybody. Number one strength. Number one defense in clutch time. Brandon Ingram getting healthy. healthier. RJ finally back. Jakob finally back. Yo, man, we got a 7-footer again. We got Trace Jackson Davis, who's a really good player in my opinion. I like him. I've liked him for years. This team could be about 7 games above 500 for the second half. The remaining games, I would say they play 7 to 8 games above 500. They could be close to like 47 to 50 wins. We going third team All NBA. Scotty Barnes. Y'all gonna be covering a league where Scotty Barnes is third team All NBA. Most of y'all didn't have him as a top.
Why can't he be second team All NBA? Why not?
Chill.
Because last year
I want to dream, yo. I want to dream. I want to dream of first team All NBA, but I feel like maybe God or the NBA or Adam Silver not going to let that happen. So we're going to be content with third team All NBA this year.
Because I did this last year, Penn, when I said the best defender in the league, which is Evan Mobley. When I originally said I thought he was going to make the All League All NBA team, and then I came back in later on, and I was like, I think he's going to be second team All Pro. Turns out he became second team All Pro. Now,
so you're saying I'm not aiming high enough?
I'm trying to make sense. I'm trying to make sense of why you stopping at third team All Pro. Why can't he be a second team All Pro guy?
You said he's the best. I'm not.
You say he's the best defender in the league. That's what you said. You say he's the best defender in the. Not only is he the best, second best defender in the league to Wemby, averaging 20 a game. You know what that sounded to me like? That sounded to me like one of the 3 best two-way players in the game. That's what that sounded like to me.
So
why am I not second team All Pro?
Yo, Mars, is this a gimmick? Why? First of all, Mars lying to y'all right now, okay? Because if there is somebody up here who watches Scotty as much as I do, I don't say as much as I do, but a lot, it is this dude. If there's somebody up here, lion ass hoodie wearing Mars, if there's somebody up here who understands how good Scotty is, other than me, it is probably Mars. I know some of y'all give him shout outs and whatever, but I feel like to understand comprehend the full picture of what this guy does, he dominates in all categories, right?
No, he doesn't. No, he does not.
Chill. Hear me out. If you didn't know I was talking about Scotty Barnes, and I said that there's a player out there that blocks as many shots per game as Rudy Gobert, who scores as many points as LaMelo Ball, who gets more assists than Draymond Green and Steph Curry, who averages more assists and steals than Derek White, who is leading his team in just about every single category, who has the same value of a replacement as Anthony Edwards, who has second in the NBA in defensive. That VORP be going crazy, chill. Who has the same VORP as Anthony Edwards. Who is averaging more rebounds than Jarrett Allen.
Mm-hmm.
The same damn player doing all these things.
Yeah.
Leading by the way, the number 1 clutch defense in the NBA, a consistent top 5 defense all year, and he ain't have another 4th team, 5th team, 6th team all defender on his team. But this dude is not a top 12, 13 player. I said, okay, I made a reel earlier this year, and I ranked ESPN's wrong ass list where they put him 30th, and I said they're wrong. They're wrong. This is the player he's better than. Okay, I said he was better than Cade. Cade is having a better season. Cool. Cooked on that one. But most of those players are not better than Scotty Barnes. Trae Young not better than Scotty Barnes. Derek White not better than Scotty Barnes. Tyler Hero not better than Scotty Barnes. Like ESPN was crazy. So look, they had a lot of people over him. I definitely think he's a top 13 player, and he goes out and plays every single night. He plays every single night. He doesn't get to take games off, because if he takes a game off, their defense goes to shit.
Shout out to Super Andre Iguodala, man.
Does anybody else?
Yo, Super Andre Iguodala is a great freaking player.
I know it's a great player. It's a great player.
Penn, I want to bring it back to the Raptors as a whole. Does anybody else have the Raptors on a list of teams that you guys think will dominate towards, like, be one of the most dominating teams in the second half of the season?
Like dominate like Eddie Curry or dominate like Shaquille O'Neal? Like what kind of domination are we talking about? Like there's degrees of domination. Like I could dominate.
I think they'll still be a really good basketball team. I don't know about dominate, but I think they'll remain. I don't think they'll slide. I don't think they'll slip. I don't think they'll get worse. I think they'll remain a good basketball team.
They'll maintain.
They'll dominate. Yeah.
Well, Penn, I told you that stretch, the stretch of 27 games, they 3 games over 500 in that stretch. Like the first third of the season, the second third of the season, which I think is one of them, if not the most difficult part. I think that the dog days of the season. They 3 games over 500. And I'm looking at their schedule for the rest of the season at the 5 spot, right? I'm looking at their schedule for the rest of the season, and it looks pretty daunting. I mean, they got to see Oklahoma City. They got to see the Spurs. They got to see the Knicks, who you actually hit me and told me that you didn't appreciate that ass whooping that they came up there and put on you guys up in Toronto. They got to go back to Minnesota. They got to see Houston.
We ain't been healthy for those. And I'll remind you, listen, like a lot of people clown on Yak. You know, they clown on Jakob Poeltl because he's not a very flashy player, you know, all that stuff. But when he has played well, this team is pretty much undefeated. When he has played reasonably well, like there's been 3 Yaks this year: no Jakob, bad Jakob, and good Jakob. Okay, bad Jakob has been compromised, like the against the Detroit Pistons. To put this into perspective, with Scotty Barnes on the floor. Now we took an ass whooping from the Pistons. They beat us by 18, right? Everyone was talking about it, like, oh, they came in there and beat you by 18 with no.
Penn, this is the part that I'm not appreciating from you. I've heard that more times than once with you. These ass whoopings, like I've heard that more than once. Like, what's going on here?
Well, the ass whooping was because Jakob Poeltl was coming back from injury and he could not guard Paul Reed. Paul Reed just blew past him every time. We cannot play 4 or 5.
So what's better than Penn? What's better? A no Jakob or bad Jakob?
No Jakob is vastly better than bad Jakob. Bad Jakob is so defensively compromised right now. It's insane. And especially when you consider who plays in front of him, which is usually Colin Murray-Boyles, who is a very good defender for a rookie, but honestly, very good defender, period. He is the second best defender on our team. So when he doesn't play, we're a lot more mobile, right? But when he doesn't play, we don't have that 7'5" wingspan to throw into the middle of the court, that big target to release valve, you know, for the offense. Yak is a great screener. He's an unbelievable screener. So when he's going right, we're great. When he's going wrong, we're awful. When he doesn't play, we're actually okay. We're
Sounds like they're better without him.
We're better with the best version of him. When he plays,
which you don't get very often. Which you don't
because of his back issues. Joe, and back issues are tricky with 7-footers. So I'm just saying, like when him and RJ, and earlier in the season, the Raptors had a top 5 half-court offense too.
Sure,
which is crazy. When you think about the deficiencies on this team, the lack of shot generation, the lack of, you know, paint pressure and rim pressure, you think like how they get a top 5 is because Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett hitting jump shots is that important. So they need to get back to hitting jump shots. But we have been a good team with Scotty Barnes shooting 11% from 3 in January. We've been a good team through January, and he's been, you know, shooting blanks into the ocean right now. So I'm just saying, if we could. I talked to Scotty's trainer on my channel a couple weeks ago, and he said, you know, I don't think this team has played its best basketball yet. They have not. Emmanuel Quickley is usually 43, 44% open 3-point shooter. He's shooting 37%. I'm not saying as a 3-point shooter. I'm saying as an open 3-point shooter. This is a shot that should be like free throws for this guy. Okay. And he's shooting 37% this year. He should be shooting close to 43. So what happens when he starts shooting 47, 48, and the odds just work out? Well, suddenly Scotty B.I. got a lot more room to drive. CMB everyone on this team needs exactly the same thing. They need Emmanuel Quickley to hit shots and Emmanuel Quickley to get off the ball. So I think it's gonna be a good team.
I mean, we can say that, Penn, about a lot of people. So in theory, they should be a lot better, only except, you know, to your point, the long ball isn't going in. Well, the long ball isn't going in because maybe he ain't that good of a long ball shooter anyway. So it's not because he's not.
I think historically been great.
So offensively, you guys are top. Offensively, you say top 10. You said you guys are top 10.
We've been top 15 for most of the season.
Offensively. Now, with that being said, really quickly, real talk, stay right there. Don't move, real talk. So with that being said, offensively, you got one of the best defensive teams in the league, which means that a lot of your offense is coming from your defense. Because it sounded to me like y'all getting that good on the offensive end when he's playing. This guy and Colin Murray-Boyles, he can't knock down consistent open jump shots. Scotty Barnes sounds like he is the meat and potatoes of your defense, which you guys get out in transition. You guys create turnovers. So when we get in the half court, you guys can get exposed because you hate Quigley. You don't like him. You can't stand the sight of him. So with that being said, why are you
get off the ball?
You definitely hate Quigley.
I do not hate Quigley.
100%.
I come up here and tell
you do be hating him Quigley.
You the way you talk about
Quigley,
the way you talk about
I did say Quigley
is the way Mars was talking about Van Fleet from time to time last year. That's how you talk about.
Okay, first of all,
I think he's even talking worse about Quigley than Mars was talking about
Van Fleet.
Freddie. Well, I mean, first of all, chill. Freddie's just much better than Quigley, but That's as simple as that.
But I quickly be hoping though.
You fight
No,
that?
I like
Game winners,
Quigley.
all of that.
I like.
Hey,
I like
quickly be playing better on the offensive end of Scotty. I know that.
When he was in New York, was going crazy, right?
Even in Toronto, I don't know why y'all so sleep on Quigley. I think
he's nice. Yeah,
I think Quigley is much better than D'Lo. Much better than D'Lo. Don't get me wrong. I like Quigley personally.
But real talk, I didn't want to knock you off your pivot. You was going somewhere.
Oh no, I just wanted to remind you and Pin that it's like 3 a.m. for Damian right now. So you know,
hey, it's 3 a.m. for me too. Like, god damn. Please.
Dame.
Shout out to PC though. I am 1,000% sure. I'm 1,000% sure that no other big time basketball platform covers the Toronto Raptors as much.
Hey, Pitt, my thing is,
that's a them problem. They should talk more about the Raptors.
Yep.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't cover the Raptors. I'm actually happy that you come up here and push your Raptors propaganda as much as you do. I appreciate it.
It's not propaganda. It's prophecy.
Hey, Mars, don't start it, Mars. Stop,
wrong
Mars.
Wrong P word.
Mars.
P word.
It's not. It's not propaganda, Mars. It is not.
Penn needs to add some diesel to his game. He calling Euro nothing. I swear. Every time he running straight through the
just one speed. Just one.
Shout out to the Denny Avdia. You got
what's my player comp?
Straight
Denny Avdia.
Denny
for sure. But there's no whistle.
Penn is leading the league in charges when it comes to Toronto. He is going right down the gut. And he running you over. There's no Euro stepping with him.
Yo, shit, I'm telling you, Penn, if you ever play against Kyle Lowry, you're not making it out the second quarter. If you ever play against Kyle Lowry,
he's going right down the gut and running you over every time. No,
Penn, we all appreciate you pushing P for the Toronto Raptors. However, I want to hear about Real Talk and Ox's teams that they believe will dominate the second half of the season. Big Ox,
Real Talk was here first. You got it. Go ahead, Real Talk. I like to keep things in order.
Appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything done in decency and order. That's what the good book says. The team I got dominating the second half of the season is Minnesota in the West. I think Minnesota is finna pick it up in the second half of the season. I'm very high on Minnesota. A lot of people think that it's like, oh, it's Ant. It's like, no, I just believe in their philosophy of basketball, right? Shooting, defense, length, athleticism. They have all four. You check all four of those boxes to a great degree. You can roll your little eyes, Martian. I don't care. I do not care. Look, I think they're going to be a great team.
Rolling my eyes. That was me.
You got a little love for Mini. You do.
I think they're a great team. I think the pickup of Io is going to be fantastic for that team. And I'm comparing them. I'm going to compare them to another team out east, Chill. Right? There's another team out east. They got to back-to-back conference finals, right? Started their next season a little disappointing, but then ended the back half of their season as a top 10 team in both offense and defense, and eventually made a finals run. That is the Indiana Pacers, what Indiana has been doing for the past 3 seasons. Now, am I saying Minnesota is going to make it to the finals? I'm not going to go that far, but I will say I do think that Minnesota is a better team than a lot of people think. And it's because they have people on their team that have bad PR like Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle. Kind of been branded these not good playoff players. But last year really changed my mind, especially for Julius Randle. For him to dominate the way he did against the Lakers, but more impressively, dominate the way he did against Golden State, matching up with Draymond Green, that was a big deal to me. I know he didn't perform well against OKC, but I still, those 2 series showed me that he can translate in a playoff setting. And again, I believe in, their shooting, defense, rebounding, and athleticism. So I'm big on.
They're gonna have to get serious about this regular season after this All-Star break, because they've been messing around with the regular season. And Rudy's called them out on it, and Ant's called them out on it, and Julius has called them out on it. So they're gonna have to lock in. So I think it's a good pick, Real Talk, because if they don't, they're gonna start slipping down these standings because Phoenix are on their tail. So I'm with you on that. I think they're gonna turn it up and gear up towards the playoffs, because I agree with you. I think they're built for the playoffs, man.
And even because a lot of people, Minnesota fans, have a problem with Julius Randle, but even last year, Julius Randle was fantastic for them in the second half of that season post All-Star break as well. So if that can happen for them, sky's the limit for Minnesota, man. I really believe in that team.
All right.
And out east.
How
about out east?
Out east.
Oh,
I got the Knicks. I think the Knicks turn it up the second half of the season. A lot of the same reasoning, just believe in their roster, believe in their talent. The East also just isn't that great of a conference. So I think they kind of paced well throughout the regular season. Back half of the regular season, they pick it up to get ready, fine-tune some things for the playoffs. And I actually have the Knicks. They should be rolling through the Eastern playoffs, in my opinion. Like they should be. I'm not going to lie. They are, to me, clearly the best team in that conference.
Mm-hmm. I think it's somebody else.
In the West, the two teams I'm going to be really watching. One, I was going to say Minnesota, a whole bunch. Minnesota. I'm really, really big on. I'm big on Ant. Obviously, I really support Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert. They got obviously Jaden McDaniels, big wing defender. I'm not sure what Iowa's going to bring to the table, but I'm optimistic about it. And another person I'm very optimistic about, very high on, is Coach Finch. I don't know what's with the Coach Finch hate that I've been hearing this season, but I think he's a pretty decent basketball coach. So I think Minnesota can make a run. I don't know about dominant. I don't know if there's anybody going to dominate in the West after the All-Star game. I don't see that happening. But I do think Minnesota is a team to look out for. And also, I have to keep a close eye on the Clippers because I know they're going to be trying to get to that 8 seed.
I knew that was coming.
I'm saying that they have to try to get to that 8 seed. You know what I mean? Because they have to. So
I think they're 9 right now. I think they're in the 9.
Well, they're tied with Portland right there. Okay. So those I know Portland. I believe Portland and the Clippers are both going to be trying to catch Golden State. So got to keep an eye on them. I'm really, really want to see what Benedict Mathurin is going to bring to the table for these last 30-some games. Also, is DG going to get on the court? I don't know what the status is on DG. I don't know how healthy he is and what that toe is looking like. So whatever Benedict Mathurin can bring to the court, and if DG is going to come back, is going to say a lot for if the Clippers can stay. First of all, they're definitely going to stay in the play-in. They're going to be in the play-in, but can they get to that 8 seed? And what I'm saying? That's where my mind is with them. And in the East, it's Cleveland. It's Cleveland 100%. I'm watching Cleveland. I don't know what they'll do in the playoffs, but I think they're about to go on a run. I think they're about to wake the whole East up right now. And that's a team that I don't think I'm watching. I think that's the team that's going to dominate for the rest of this season. I don't know. Once again, I don't know what they're going to do in the playoffs, but I think for the rest of the regular season, they're going to be one of the most dominant teams over there.
Real talk. I want to rewind because you know how I feel about Minnesota in terms of talent, but the stuff that they're complaining about, the lack of effort on defense, the rotations on defense. Is this possibly that Finch has lost them? Like, because you continuously hear a coach's voice, you can possibly tune him out. And after a while, and he's been there for quite a while now. So I feel like with what they've been what Rudy's been complaining about, what Ant, who by the way is actually a good defender, but the stuff that they're complaining about, you're a culprit of that. You're one of the guys that's a big problem with that. Now, I think that could come from coaching. I think that could come from him possibly tuning Finch out. I think that could come from Julius Randle, who isn't a good defender. I watched Julius Randle in the gaps. I watched Julius Randle not just in the gaps, but he's actually he's decent on ball. Julius Randle is actually decent on ball. It's when he gets off the basketball, he looks like me in calculus class. I'm clueless. I have no idea what's going on. And the thing I'm thinking about with these guys and the stuff that they're complaining about, it sounds to me like it's a coaching issue, and I'm afraid that maybe Finch has possibly lost them. That's why they keep complaining about this stuff, because they're basically tuning him out.
Chiller, are you insinuating that they're not playing good defense because they're not listening to the coach?
I think so. I think that they could very because you keep
They're
saying
at
something
the lanes from time to time.
because that's what Rudy's complaining about. Rudy's not complaining about the scheme. Rudy isn't complaining about the rotations. Rudy's complaining about guys' effort. Like, we're not giving the effort that's necessary to win games. And I think that that's coaching. And the reason why I think that's coaching, Ox, is because if you're not giving effort, you know what's next? Come park your ass right here, and I'll get somebody out there who will give me effort, which will motivate you to give me more effort because you want to play.
I would go one step
Even with
further,
all the
go ahead, Damien. And say it's not just coaching, but it's culture. And when I hear some of these post-game comments from Rudy and guys who are just saying how they feel, it's their culture to me is very fragile. And winning solves a lot of things, but when you go on some of these losing streaks, when guys just aren't showing up to work, like they're dropping games that they should never drop, especially at home. They got their fans booing them in their own stadium. Like, that to me is culture. And I think that there's a certain level of, hey, we can just turn this on. We've gone to the last 2 Western Conference finals, but that could catch up with you at some point. If you cut corners during the regular season, that can rear its head when it matters most. And then you got some bigger issues. So I think it's more of a culture thing with them, which is very concerning.
Brooklyn went in there and smoked them. Brooklyn came in their building and smoked them.
I know, but then they also played OKC, and then they played them damn near to a draw the first time, and then beat OKC when they came back into Minnesota. That's why I'm still high on this team. Is like, do they play to the level of their competition? That's kind of their biggest issue. Kind of play to the level of their competition.
They definitely do that.
But when they do play comp, they are ready to play, and they play well. So that's why I'm not wavering on this team. And they're top 6 and top 7 in both offense and defense. So they're borderline top 5 on both ends of the court. And they just got better by adding the Sumu. Like, I don't know.
But if your culture is fragile, a lot of times it's because your ego is fragile. So if you know what I'm saying, like if you can't handle your coach telling you the truth, that's a you problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you can't handle Rudy Gobert being upset because dudes aren't playing no defense on perimeter, that's a you problem. Step your defense up.
What is the culture? Like what is their calling card in Minnesota? What is their hard hat? Like, this is what we do. Like, when you think about Oklahoma City, what is their calling card? We cause turnovers. We turn defense.
Yeah, we
into
defend.
offense. Yeah. We got the best bucket getter in the game, right? That's our calling card. San Antonio, we got the best rim protector and defender in the game. That's who we are. Like, when you think about Minnesota, what do you stand on? Who are you guys?
Arrogance.
I mean, their foundation
they stand on arrogance.
Okay, so because that's not gonna win, Ox. You just because you arrogant, that doesn't mean that you're gonna win. Because arrogance can get you punched in the face.
Absolutely, and they get punched in the face a lot. They also fight back too. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just this is Ant is the face of that program. He's arrogance.
Yeah. That's really what it's supposed to be, Damien.
That's what it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be what?
Defense and size to Damien.
Oh,
and physicality too. Minnesota's not a soft team. Jaden McDaniels, skinny dude, but he's highly physical on defense. Anthony Edwards, we know he's a physical on offense and defense. Rudy Gobert's physical in the paint. Julius Randle's a bruiser. Dante DiVincenzo ain't no punk. Like, this is a physical, aggressive team. Yeah. I would say physicality and aggressiveness. They're aggressive on offense and aggressive on defense. However, it wanes from time to time. My thing is, real talk, I can see how you will be high on Minnesota, especially like this team has been to the last 2 Western Conference Finals. This team went 1-1 against OKC in the last 2 playoffs. They beat OKC 2 years ago. Last year, they obviously lost. This team has played the Nuggets fairly well.
When did they beat OKC in the playoffs? Dallas beat OKC in the playoffs.
Who did they beat 2 years ago to get into
They beat the Nuggets and
Phoenix.
My bad. So they beat the Nuggets. My bad. So they went 1-1 with the Nuggets.
They beat the defending champions though. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So they beat the Nuggets, and then so like this team they've had some big playoff wins. Yep. However, you got all 3 of these fools blaming each other. So if the panel started doing, let's say the panel started doing
Yeah, we do that shit every day.
We do that every day.
Well, that's different. That's different, though. That's different. And let's say the panel started doing 8,000 views per episode. And I'll start saying, oh, that's because Mars won't take his hoodie off. And Mars starts saying, oh, that's because Ox won't cut his dreads. And Ox starts saying, oh, that's because Chill won't stop fist jumping. I'm not saying that this is what will be said, and I don't agree with any of these. However,
Chill, I would never say that. Chill, I would never say that, Chill.
You said that in person.
You literally already said it. I don't know what you're talking
called me a fist jumper. You said it more than once. You actually yelled at me about it. What are you doing? But go ahead,
that
Ron,
would be our demise, right?
Mm-hmm.
More than likely, if we start blaming each other and start saying, no, this is your fault. No, this is your fault. No, you're the reason that we're losing. That doesn't sound like the makings of a championship team. And
that's what coaching comes in, Ron.
The makings of must-see YouTube TV.
I feel like that's where coaching comes in. Like, you got to get a hold of your locker room, man. Like, I can't just expect my guys just to work it out all the time. No.
Chill. I think that's where accountability comes in.
Yeah, and that's what
being a professional, being a grown man.
Yes, and I think that's where coaching comes in. I think coaches have to hold guys accountable. You ain't doing this. You're not doing that. You're doing this really well, but you need to get better at that, as opposed to letting you guys basically police yourselves. You can do that to an extent, but at some point, you got to call the cops. You got to get the cops involved in this.
Chill, they feel like, it seems like they're a switch team. You know what I'm saying? Like, they feel like a team that feels like, oh, when we turn the switch on, we can play with anybody, which, I mean, they can, but usually those kind of teams are like, they've either won a championship, have made like multiple finals runs, probably a team that's a bit older also, that can't really bring that level of intensity to like 82 regular season games, but they don't really have that excuse. Like, they should be playing hard and attentive every single night. But a lot of times what happens with teams is they take on the personality of their best player. And although I do really like Anthony Edwards, does he can wane mentally in a game or for stretches, you know what I'm saying, and not be all the way locked in and kind of feel like talent can carry him over, which, I mean, I can't blame him because his talent does usually carry him over. But like, he can be non-attentive from time to time, and I think that has translated to the rest of the bunch.
Yeah,
I want to know because
Mad
Max in the chat has him and I think it was somebody else keep talking. Well, I'm not getting that, man. I'm just want to know. I'm curious. I just want to get to a resolution here. I don't want no smoke, Ron. I'm just talking here. I keep hearing this accountability thing, and maybe they'll play better if their coach will take accountability for what? Because you niggas ain't playing no defense. I'm supposed to go out there and be like, well, you know what? I just got to coach better. I got to teach these dudes how to play defense better. I got to take my heart out of my chest and put it in their chest so they play. I'm telling you, what's wrong with telling the truth? And what type of basketball player? What type of basketball player says I can't play hard because my coach told the world the truth? Like, okay, maybe your coach would stop throwing you under the bus if you start playing some basketball. I just don't understand this. I've never understood this thing with players that like just you have to figure out a way to stay leveled mentally. You know what I'm saying? All the highs and lows, the ups and downs, all of that mentally is really gonna hurt you in the long run. If you can't play hard when everything is good, if you can only play hard when everything is good, then it's not for you. This is not
what's called the front
level
runner.
basketball team.
That's what's called
right.
Those are called front runners.
That's not a championship level basketball team. If you crumble every time your coach gets on you, then you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you can only perform under perfect conditions, this shit just ain't for you.
Me and you talked about this real talk. I said from a talent standpoint, this team should be winning like 55 games. Watching this team, this should be a 55 win team. But you can't play when you feel like playing. That's not. And I'm gonna play up until this time, and I'm going to get us enough wins that we can get into the playoffs, and then maybe we'll get a favorable matchup, and then we could beat these guys, and then we'll get another favorable matchup. But when we actually run into somebody, that's when we run into the wall, which is what's happened to them come to playoffs when they run into Dallas in the Western Conference Championship, when they run into Oklahoma City, because me and you've had this conversation plenty of times, Ox. Everybody's a bully until you actually run into a bully. Right? Everybody's a tough guy until you run into a tough guy. And I feel like that's what's been going on with Minnesota. I feel like they've been doing just enough to get in. And then when they get in, they've gotten some favorable matchups, but then they've actually run into what it really looks like in order to get to the top of the mountain, and that's not going to get it done.
I think they just have some leadership problems over there as far as just the coaching, because Anthony Edwards, you know what I'm saying, he shout out to Ant, like you said a second ago, real talk. I'm a huge fan of him on the basketball court. I just think I don't think he's mature enough, ready to actually just lead other grown men. You know what I mean? And on top of that, I just don't think people are willing to follow Rudy Gobert's leadership. You know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of different things throughout his career, whatever. So I just think they need somebody to step up and lead. You know what I mean? I don't know who it's going to be, but I don't know.
Man. Look, you would agree that. Go ahead. Sorry.
I would agree.
In all fairness to Chris Finch, they've had some real issues at point guard. Like they've looked out of sorts. Like their offense is disorganized a lot of the time. Like there's a lot of things at play. But I agree. I think there's a leadership issue, which I think actually re-signing Mike Conley is probably like he's giving you nothing on the basketball court, but it's probably a very, very important signing. If this guy, if you're a team that wants to do something special, because if you don't have that veteran in the locker room or some guys holding people accountable to some degree, because Edwards isn't mature enough or he's not there yet, that's a very important signing, guys, to bring him back.
And they also brought him back because he was going to groom Dillingham. Only Dillingham didn't pan out to what we thought he was going to pan out to. Small, not as athletic, can't really score the basketball.
Knew all that.
Not really good on the ball, can't really play through physicality. So that kind of went the other way in that aspect.
Do they still respect Mike? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, obviously Mike Conley to me is a legend. You know what I'm saying? But do the youngsters still respect Mike though? That's my thing, because a lot of time young dudes, they look at the old dude because he can't really hoop like he used to. Man, we don't gotta listen to your old ass, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know what I mean? So that's the only issue. Is Mike still the leader over there?
Yeah, Mike definitely is. Like I've heard a lot of players talk about it on the Minnesota side, how he has everyone's respect and he doesn't ruffle feathers. He's not really about. Like, oh, listen to me. I know everything. I mean, sure. He also wasn't the player Chris Paul was. Let's not disrespect Chris Paul like that.
No,
but
he wasn't that good.
No, let's not disrespect Mike Conley.
Mike was awesome. Mike
wasn't that good though, Ox. Relax. He could play. He wasn't that good. Go ahead.
The worst Chris Paul seasons are up there with the best Mike Conley seasons, to put it that way. But yeah, I think that's a good veteran thing. But I think one of the things that just hasn't been talked about, because reputations usually take a year or two to change, unfortunately. Like right now, if I fix my personality and stop being such a blowhard and, stop being so long-winded, it's going to take 8 to 10 months before people will acknowledge, be like, damn, Penn's different. It's going to take a while. It's not going to happen overnight. Okay. There's a dubiousness and I'd say a suspicious outlook towards people who change suddenly. Anthony Edwards has been a bad defender this year. Not average, not good, he's bad. He is surrounded by good defenders, though, for the most part. Apart from Rob Dillingham, you could cherry pick some bad defenders on that team. Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels is a godsend for any twitchy guard. Like, if you got those two around you, you should be really good. And the question I was going to ask you, Ox, is shouldn't that be making his job easier defensively? I understand he carries a very big load offensively, but he ain't been perfect offensively either. So
they shouldn't be this bad, Ox. When Rudy go off the floor, they shouldn't be that bad, yo. They shouldn't be.
Chill. This is what I figured out about Anthony Edwards. I used to be like, oh man, in these SGA debates, when it comes to defensive players, Anthony Edwards actually has to guard these people on ball while SGA is sitting on the corner, getting a weak side block every now and then. People hype it, but. What I've also come to realize, though, is Anthony Edwards kind of has to play on the ball. That's his best attribute on defense, because it gets a little spooky chill when he is guarding the non-shooter or whatever in the corner.
Is he the best on-ball defender on their crew? Is he the best on-ball? Is he a better on-ball defender than Jaden McDaniels?
Probably not. No. But he's still good at it. But what I'm saying is, when he's guarding the non-shooter in the corner or whatever, it's he is spaced out. He completely just forgets what he's doing. So I think he needs to be on the ball. Like he actually
Ox,
needs
you know
to be
what
on the
this?
ball.
You know what real talk is? Explain
needs
it
to
to
be
me.
engaged.
Ox.
I know
Ox,
exactly.
He sound like you, Ox. ADHD. Like get
That's
this
what I
dude,
was.
make-
That's what I was
make-
getting. That's what I was just getting to. I swear to God. I swear to real talk. That's exactly what I was about to get to. Like some
Don't
people,
leave this dude
you
out.
have
Make sure
to.
he
You
always doing
have to
something.
keep them engaged.
Mhm.
If you don't
you'll
keep them
lose them.
engaged, in a brother like Ant, he in the crowd. Like, ooh,
Yeah.
Go get that for
Yeah.
me. You know,
Hey,
you know
young
what
fella
I'm saying?
over here. Hey, young fella,
We
what are you doing?
playing ball, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got to keep him engaged, or he will.
Ox,
Like
you been
you
at them
said,
games. It's hard not to be in the crowd,
I'm
boy.
gonna be back over there this
wait.
weekend.
Real talk.
You know
I
what
saw
I'm
him.
saying?
I promise you, real talk. When they came down here, I was at the game when they came down here to play Miami. When he off the basketball, he is somewhere else.
Especially in Miami.
My
But
man,
that's
hey,
worrying
look
to
at your
me,
man
though.
right there. Plenty of times, and if Miami had a decent distributor who can catch guys cutting back door, Ant would have been burnt a bunch of different times. Because I caught Ant off the ball chilling.
And
He's
it's
just
even
straight
worse
I know-
when like the
I know
guy
we're
he's
laughing
guarding
about it,
off
but
ball
it's not
can't
cool.
shoot. Like to me, that doesn't even make sense. But
We
go ahead,
run
David.
so many. We run so many
we're
actions
laughing
off ball
about it,
now.
but it's not cool, man. It's
It's
not
not.
cool. We're
No,
laughing about
no,
it. It's
it's
not
really
cool.
not, man.
Like
It's really
this
not,
guy's
man.
gone to the Olympics. This guy's gone to the Olympics. He's watched LeBron work. He's watched Steph. He's watched
funny. It's
KD, how they
definitely not
dedicate themselves to the craft.
Yeah, he's watched
And
LeBron.
to me,
That's the
it
problem.
doesn't look like he's taken. You know, it doesn't look like he's taken some of that real high level professionalism into his game yet. Like I know it's funny in that, like it's his type of personality, but like it's not funny to me, man. Like if you're trying to win at the highest level, because these are the type of intangibles you need, and the example you have to set for guys. Like it's not that cool, man.
That's
Have you
what
seen
I'm
the
saying.
Miami
Though.
game?
That's what we don't got time for the Bron hate right now, Pin. But that's what I'm saying though, Damian. Like that was my point initially. This dude it's the arrogance. It's the arrogance. It's the ego. It's the oh, I'm just that dude. I could do anything. I'm the best basketball player to ever live. Like you need to work on being the best basketball player that ever lived. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to engage, grow. It's time to grow up, and that's all I'm saying. It's like it's borderline Ja shit, except for he's just way better than Ja. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you gotta lock in. Like you can't. At this point, to me, it's not on Finch. It's not on Rudy. It's on Ant. Like it's on Ant.
I agree.
Julius Randle had a really good playoffs last season. If y'all ask me, if he could come back and do that again, Rudy Gobert do what he can again. There's no reason. There is no reason. Absolutely no reason. This Minnesota Timberwolves team should not be second in the West. There is no reason for this. You know what I'm saying? And Anthony Edwards needs to be able to accept that and take that in and not deflect and not, oh, well, this happened. Oh, well, that happened. Well,
they're not that good.
He needs to absorb that.
They are that good, Ron. They're that
mentally,
good.
though, mentally, he needs to become a better basketball player. You know what I'm saying? It's time to grow up, and that's why I said what I said earlier, Damian, about what's their identity. Their identity is arrogance because Anthony Edwards is arrogant, and he needs to just become a better basketball player mentally. You know what I'm saying? He has all the goods.
He got all the skill, physical tools.
Yeah.
He's worked on the 3-level scoring. He's one of the S-tier athletes in the league. Like he got all of that. He needs to lock in.
Look,
But this
hey, real
wasn't
talk.
always
I'm
the
gonna tell you
case.
two things. I'm
2
gonna
years
tell you
ago,
two
he was
things.
really good.
Yeah,
right?
he was really good, Penn, but he's not that good. Ant is not that good yet. I keep trying to tell you guys, he's not that good yet.
Hold up.
The Timberwolves, because Ant's not that good.
2 years ago,
The Timberwolves aren't that good either.
If
They're
he was
not
as
that
good,
good.
Ron, if he was as good as he was 2 years ago defensively and as good as he is today offensively, you really are talking about a top 5 player.
Is he? Then he's
not a
not
top 5
that
player
good.
right now.
Then he's not that good.
But we've seen it before.
No, because
We
you
do this for other
guys
dudes.
you
Why
guys
we
say
not
that I do this with Wemby, and it's other players that we say, oh well, they're not there yet. We're just putting them into that sphere. A lot of Ant is us projecting. It's a lot of projection. He's not really that good yet.
Okay,
Like he is a phenomenal player, top 10 player, absolutely. He's not that tier of player yet where I'm carrying us through the playoffs. I'm carrying us through the regular season.
He's one of the best playoff risers in NBA history. One of the best.
Ant has had for the past 2 seasons 2 great first rounds. get to that third round, and the brother ain't nowhere to be found. Not the Anthony Edwards that I know that you guys talk about.
Sounds like Dame.
Stop. We are not doing that. Yeah, we're
That's
not
what he just
doing Dame.
described. That's what he just
We're not
described.
doing Dame. Yeah.
So
I'm
because
saying,
he wasn't
y'all.
dominant against OKC.
I thought he was good last year against OKC. I don't know.
Yeah, he was good against and he was good against the Lakers, and he was good against who they beat last? They beat the Lakers in the first round. Who's the second
he was
round?
mid against. He was mid against
Warriors.
Golden State. He was
Warriors.
Mid against the Warriors.
He was all right. Yeah, he was all right
Draymond said
against Golden State.
Draymond said that Julius kicked his ass. He said
I
that.
just want to let y'all know.
Good's not good enough.
He shot 62% from two
Thank you,
against
Damien.
OKC. 62% from two against OKC.
That's how you know he shot 21% from three.
That is exactly how you know he shot absolute crap from three. He shot 28% from three.
Close enough. Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, he took a high volume of threes. He missed a ton, but like, look, I'm with Ant. He really is there, yo. This is not what y'all doing with Wemby. I promise you, it's not. Now with Wemby, you're saying, well, one day when he bulks up and he and his shot. Nah, we're not talking about that. We're talking with Ant, track record, resume, playoffs, last 5 years. I don't need to project if he'll be a playoff riser. I already know he's a playoff riser, and I've seen him do it against multiple teams in deep playoff runs. Number one, and I've seen him be more efficient in the playoffs than he's been in the regular season. Number two, I don't need to see him be a top 20 defender in the NBA. I've already seen it. 2 years ago, you don't think he was a top 20 defender in the NBA? Top 25? Mars. Can we get to?
He was a good defender. He was a good defender.
I 100% was on that.
A lot of people.
Yeah,
were
when
good
you said he
2
was
years ago,
better than
by the way.
Draymond, I remember that. Yeah, he was a good defender.
I didn't say it.
No, Cho said that.
Chill,
You
Oh,
would have co-signed
oh
it.
wow.
Yeah. He was a
top
good
25,
defender.
the top 25 defender, and you know, being the number one option on your team, that's hard to do. I don't think, you know, we run so much more off-ball action today in the NBA. So many teams are running this, you know, where it's multiple reads in a possession. It's not just simply ISO out, you know, clear out the weak side, and one person cooks the other person, and 4 guys watch. I wonder how many players in the 80s and 90s could have guarded this much motion. I really do. Be honest. People talk about physicality and all that stuff. I wonder how many players could have rotated 6 times in a 24-second shot clock and been that dialed in and navigating screens.
6
like
rotations. It's not
3 rotations. You know, you realize how
God,
I
you
watched
guys hype this
Davion
up so
Mitchell
much.
fighting over screens, fighting under screens, going through, getting cleared, and chasing dudes around. I'm sorry. As much as you want to talk about the physicality of Moses Malone or, you know, Charles Barkley, I'm sorry, there is no player more complicated to guard in the NBA than Steph Curry. In my opinion, I think Steph's one of the most complicated players to guard. There's no one like that in the 80s. I'm sorry. Nobody like that in the 80s. They're better players. There's no one as complicated to guard as him. And now you got Con Knipple,
Reggie Miller, but it's cool. Whatever.
The main point that I'm trying to make about Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves
more complicated to guard, man. That's my goat.
Is that Anthony Edwards isn't good enough to carry this team. I know, real talk, I know you think that this is a good team. I don't think Anthony Edwards has a good enough secondary caliber player to help assist him when things get real. When they start sending doubles at him. I don't think Julius Randle
Who's a better offensive player, Ron? Julius Randle or J-Dub?
Or J-Dub?
Yeah.
Julius.
On your face like that, Ron?
I don't know who you think
J-Dub is.
Yeah.
That's a strange question. I wasn't expecting that question.
No, because I'm going like second options.
Yeah, but okay, the thing about OKC is they have a third option, which Chet is dramatically better than any third option and more consistent than any third option that the Wolves had.
He's dramatically
Dramatically.
Chet's dramatically better offensively than Jaden McDaniels and Nas Reed?
Yes.
No,
It's just more consistent.
disagree.
He's just more consistent. He's just more consistent.
He's more consistent.
Like J-Dub at his best, and this is here we go with this whole theory thing. At his best, when J-Dub decides to be aggressive, and when J-Dub wants to hoop on offense.
You talking about Jaden McDaniels?
I mean, yeah, Jaden McDaniels. When he wants to be aggressive and he wants to hoop, like, yeah, he could be good. But like as a third option, Chet is by far, in a way, a better third option offensively than Jaden McDaniels is. And on top of that,
You can make a
if we're talking about the defense, like real talk, we're talking about two different teams. That's what I'm saying. OKC they got the bench, they got the defense, they got the depth, they got the coaching, they got the size, they got the athleticism. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about that, and that's the only reason why I made the face about that question. I will say Julius Randle is a better offensive player than J-Dub. However, that doesn't necessarily matter for this team because Julius has to be so much more better on a consistent basis than J-Dub does, which I don't. And J-Dub is a miles better defender. So it's just like, yeah, he could be a better offensive player, but to what avail? Like with this Minnesota team,
winning, Ron.
Can I ask you a question?
What avail?
But
you're saying Chet's overrated, right? You saying Chet's overrated?
Are we sure J-Dub's not better than Randle offensively?
Are you?
He could be though. He could be
constructing a roster right now. Would you take Chet over Paolo? Because I would.
There's no way we're still having this conversation.
Yeah, Chet's way better, right?
Yeah, everyone should know.
We can agree on that, right?
I mean,
as an all-around player or
on a team.
As an all-around player,
as a player, yeah.
Is Chet Holmgren a better player right now than Paolo Banchero? Because I mean, think about the implications of what you're saying. You're trying to tell me that he's not a really great third option. He's just kind of mid and whatever. And I'm just letting you know he's better than the Magic's best player. Kind of gives you an idea of just how
he's better than Jalen Suggs. You think he's better than Jalen Suggs?
No, I don't think he's better than Franz Wagner, but I do think he's better than the guy they're building around.
Yeah, but real talk, that's my thing. I don't think Ant has a good enough co-star, and I don't think he's good enough just to, once again, Santa Claus that team, put him on his back, go from chimney to chimney and clean up.
But Ron, the stuff
if Shea was on the Wolves, is Randle a good enough co-star?
Absolutely.
Shea like that.
Which means that maybe Randle just needs a better player to play with. Maybe Ant ain't good enough.
Well, it's easier to find a better player than Randle than it is to find a better player than Ant.
You just actually did. You got Shea.
No, he's saying like acquired on your team.
The Wolves ain't getting Shea. I get that.
It's also easier to find a player better than Randle because he's top 50. Ant's top 8. It's easier to find 49 other players than find 7.
I don't know, Mars. We saw Luka get traded, so I mean anything's possible.
Oh my god.
Randle is a complicated fit as a second option. He is, yes.
So I just feel like with Julius, to Ron's point, I mean, you saw him get busy in the playoffs last year. The Julius that I've been talking about that I wanted to see, I saw him last year in the playoffs. Yes, they ran into a juggernaut in Oklahoma City. No question about that. But leading up to that, he got busy against that Laker team. Mm-hmm. He got busy against Golden State. They ran into Oklahoma City, and he couldn't get in the gaps, right? He couldn't get in the gaps. He couldn't get the stuff off. He couldn't take advantage of that total defense in Oklahoma City, like he was able to take advantage of the one-on-one defense with LeBron James, the one-on-one defense with Draymond Green. He wasn't able to take advantage of that. But he actually did play really well in the playoffs. Now, should I expect that Julius Randle moving forward? Oh, I would really like for that to happen. But it's obvious that in the Western Conference, when you get to the later rounds, when you run into the better teams, your level of play has to be raised. Now, can that happen with Julius Randle? Well, he did show it to me. Can he show it to me moving forward? I still got to see that though. And you call me a biased old head, man. You call me a biased old head. I'm sure that you got an Anthony Edwards jersey on right now. 100% you got on the Anthony Edwards jersey.
Damn.
You always we literally were talking about Ant Edwards, and instead of holding your man accountable, what's the first thing that you say? The first thing that you say is, what about Julius Randle? We ain't talking about Julius Randle. We're talking about your man. Let's stay on your man right now. We'll get to Julius Randle in a minute. Let's stay on your man. And your man is the leader of this team. Your man is the best player on this team. Your man is the guy who is one of the best perimeter defenders on this team. So he is the one who, I ain't even talking about the money. I'm talking about him being an athlete. I'm talking about him being our best scorer. I'm talking about him being our best jump shooter. One of our best, if not our best playmaker. We're talking about him right now. We'll talk about Julius Randle when we get to Julius Randle. But right now, let's stay on Anthony Edwards, who real talk thinks is a top 5 player in the league. And if he's a top 5 player in the league, that's what I'm expecting him to be. That's what I'm talking about. So if you want to hold somebody accountable, hold your man accountable first. Then we can talk about Julius Randle.
For real though, minus the defensive impact, if he's going to play defense like this, he's really not a top 5 player. I don't know how you can make that argument.
He's not.
And
yeah.
He never has been.
Yeah, I don't think Kent's top 5, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean that's y'all's opinion.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't think.
I
Obviously,
know.
that's my opinion. Yeah, I just don't know. The defense has just been it hasn't been good. But offensively,
Are we gonna keep that same energy with everybody? That's a cone on defense.
Yeah,
That's a refrigerator on defense. Are we gonna keep that same energy with everybody? Just a quick question. My bad to cut you off, Mars. My bad. I just want to know. Are we gonna do that?
I think the reason I have Luka at like 4 or 5 is because of his defense. Like if he was a better defender, I'd probably have him second, third, probably third. But if he's 4 or 5 because of his defense, Jokic. The reason I think Jokic and Shea is close is because one's a valid defender and one's not. So yeah, I think it matters. I just think there's different bars for it. Jokic is a transcendent offensive player, which means the bar for his defense doesn't need to be as high, and is not. Therefore, probably needing to be more of a two-way player. He hasn't been that this year.
I am ready to say something that is going to get me tomatoed in the face, but I'm going to say it. Nikola Jokic
throw stuff at your face.
Yeah, Nikola Jokic.
Is a better defender than Ant. Yeah,
Nikola Jokic is a better defender this season than Ant.
Hey, chat, y'all know what to do. Get them vegetables ready.
Get them tomatoes out, man. I don't even care.
Can you wait? Stay right here because you can't just say something like that and not substantiate it. Because I said so is not an answer. Why has Joker been a better defender this year than Ant?
Why is that an answer for Real Talk, but it's not an answer for me? Real Talk says this.
I get Real Talk. Real Talk. When you give me an answer like that, Real Talk, do I not get on you about that? Yes or no? Do I not make you do? Because you put the microphone in front of me, Real Talk, and make me explain myself. Penn, why has Joker been a better defender than Anthony Edwards this season?
Just say my eyes, Penn. Just say your eyes.
No, it's not just the eyes. The analytics would back it up too. He's a much better.
They've been backing that up for years. I don't know what to tell. Well, the analytics been saying he's been a better defender.
Kareem throwing bricks. Kareem, you ain't got to do that,
dude. It's not even just it's not even something as stupid as defensive box plus minus. It's nothing like that. It's legitimately the analytics would back this up. He's better at getting deflections. He's a significantly better rebounder. He is a much better team defender. He is just more dialed in on that end. Yes, Damien, he's a much better team defender. In terms of communicating, the one thing he does not do is block shots.
Rebounder? I mean, he is a better rebounder.
He's not a better rebounder?
I think that's probably the most obvious.
Anthony Edwards a better rebounder than Nikola Jokic?
I'm not talking about...
He's saying Jokic is a better rebounder than
Ant. Jokic is better at generating deflections. His hands are more active, way more active. I think he is generally better at communicating and being just dialed in on that end. And I'm sorry, defense is largely effort. A lot of it is effort. Some of it is physics. Sure. Okay. Sure. So the physicality of it is Anthony Edwards. So really what it is Anthony Edwards looks a lot better playing defense than Nikola Jokic. Anthony Edwards
offense is mostly effort too. I hate when y'all say that because offense is effort too. Like it's you know what I'm saying. If you want to do anything good, it's gonna be effort. There is a skill to playing defense. There is a method to playing defense. There is angles. There's a whole just like on offense. You have to work on your defense to be good at it. It's not all effort. If that's the case, then offense is all effort. All you gotta do on offense is flick your wrist, snap it, boom. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all effort. Like this is ridiculous. This whole shit is ridiculous. When Jokic is on the court, I'm talking about is a buffet line to that orange circle right there. It is
wrapped around the corner.
I'm talking about a buffet line straight there, especially when Aaron Gordon ain't around. When Aaron Gordon ain't around,
that's a fact.
Real talk,
when Aaron Gordon ain't around, I'm talking about. I'm talking. You ever been to Hometown Buffet? Country Kitchen. You ever been to the Golden Corral? I'm talking about straight buffet.
Y'all ever been to Annie's?
Come on,
Ryan's?
This is crazy. This is ridiculous. I'm talking about now I know. See now, real talk. I know as soon as you leave the church house on Sunday around 3 p.m., straight to the buffet. You know what I'm saying? We getting that $4.99 and your ass is 9. You 9 years old. Don't say shit. You're 9. I'm 11. I'm 11. No, the fuck you not. Getting
not today. You not.
Jokic is here. We eating.
I just want to let y'all know that Jokic and Aaron Gordon went on the court together. Shout out to Baller. 108 defensive rating.
What is it when Jokic doesn't share the court with Aaron Gordon?
It is 119.
Trash.
Right. But
it's really Aaron Gordon that's carrying the win.
No, this is such a
Aaron
Gordon is off the
take.
floor.
I hate when people do this.
The analytics back it up. The analytics back it up.
No.
I'm stupid for agreeing with analytics.
Oh man.
Let's get back.
Somebody is carrying people. People work together on defense. You need pressure. You need rim protection. You need gap help. Players need to work together. They also work together on offense. That is correct. So just because a player is significantly worse without another player, for instance, LaMelo Ball and Con Knipple is a great example. Con Knipple does not shoot as well without LaMelo Ball. It does not mean LaMelo is carrying him. It means that when LaMelo is on the court, Con gets different looks. It's the same thing with Jokic and Aaron Gordon. When Jokic and Aaron Gordon are on the court together,
Con doesn't fall off a cliff. He cannot not make a shot when LaMelo's off the floor. Pen, don't do that. No.
And I didn't say carry. The word carry never came out my mouth.
What's Denver's defense with Aaron Gordon but without Jokic?
What?
Denver's
defense with Aaron Gordon without Jokic.
Jokic is off the floor. Gordon is on the floor. What that defense look like?
I have a feeling Mars knows the answer to this question already.
I know as well.
I have a feeling anyone's eyes will know the answer is that their defense is fine.
112.
No. Hang on. Denver's defense overall in 1,814 minutes, non-garbage, and I'm not doing any luck adjustment. Let me luck adjust for a second. Okay, so Aaron Gordon, when he's on the court, 110 defensive rating in 614 minutes, right? And in the 1,814 minutes he's been off the court this year, it's a 120 defensive rating.
Ooh, damn.
So Aaron Gordon is an amazing, is awesome defender. Okay. But Aaron Gordon plus Nikola Jokic is better defense than just Aaron Gordon. That must point to something for you.
What does that account for? Is that the rebound? Because that throws the rebounds into there, right?
Right. That just means he's not a 5, probably.
Closing possessions on defense is the closing possessions on defense is important. The deflections are important. The communication, just being a big body, is important. I'm sorry, Nikola Jokic may not be your traditional defender because he looks like a refrigerator, but he's still got long arms, bro. He's still got active hands. He's still sometimes got quick feet.
I am so tired of people trying to make Nikola Jokic a good defensive player when we watch the fucking games, bro.
Didn't say he was
we
good.
watch the games. He is a buffet, as Ock said. He's a buffet at the rim. He's a center that doesn't protect the basket. The fuck are we talking about? He can't play any kind of diverse pick and roll scheme because he can't move his feet. You can't switch him. He has to be in the drop. He's a bad defensive player. But you and Swipe and all these fucking dumbass Jokic niggas try to come on these platforms and explain away how he's a good defender when we fucking watch him play. The nigga's not a good defender. It's okay too. It's fine. He's arguably the best offensive player ever. It's cool. That nigga cannot play defense. Stop trying to sit here and explain to us why 2 + 2 = 5. Because no, the fucking don't. It equals 4. Nigga, that nigga's not a good defender, bro. I don't give a fuck what you sit here and talk about. He's not a good defensive player.
You can call everyone stupid.
Damn, bro.
So he just be getting them deflections on offense.
How about this? Why don't you explain this, okay? Mr. Anthony Edwards is a top 5 player. Why don't you explain this? Explain to me why when Anthony Edwards is on the court, why do they have a 115 defensive rating?
We've already said he's been bad on defense this year.
Hold up. And explain to me why when he comes off the court, they got a 108.
And so you're going to continue
backed up by defensive liability. Do you understand how awful?
You're going to continue a point we already agreed on.
What is the point we have agreed on?
And
because this type of on-off differential. And hold up, and you're not going to selectively cherry pick and say this doesn't matter because I've heard you cite these exact stats before. You're not going to tell me this doesn't matter.
Oh, he got you now.
Because let me tell you something. If Nikola Jokic's team was 8 points better on defense with him off the court, you'd be talking about it every single day. I think you might print it on your fucking t-shirt. Okay, so you're not going to tell me that Nikola Jokic is bad at defense because you don't understand defense. You don't understand defense.
What is Jonas Valanciunas' defensive rating when he's on the court with Aaron Gordon? Is it better than when it's Jokic and Aaron Gordon?
Yeah, are we really doing all of this now?
Mars, you started it.
Hell yeah, we doing it, Mars. You goddamn right we doing
The
it.
on-off
Is
numbers
it
are
better when Jonas Valanciunas and Aaron Gordon share the court? Are they a better defense than when it's Aaron Gordon and Jokic?
It's a very small sample.
the
because,
on-off
Aaron
numbers
Gordon
lie sometimes.
They always lie, but
I don't think they're lying in this case.
Yeah, because Aaron Gordon got hurt, the sample is non-existent. But their
What is the number though?
Their defensive rating is 100.
Okay.
Woo!
So
wait,
what is it when
When
Aaron Gordon and Nikola
down?
Jokic? What is it when Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic? I'm talking to Mars. I'm not even talking to you. What is it, Mars?
JV
It's 108. So they're 8 points better when they sub out Nikola Jokic for Vucevic to play with Aaron Gordon.
Real talk. You said 100. Hey, Penn, I think he's 100% cooking your ass right now.
No, he's not. Because I just told you when Nikola Jokic
Shout out J-Val.
Shout out J-Val. Shout out J-Val.
The Nuggets are 2 points worse on defense with Jokic off the court. Put that in your head and smoke it. 1, 2 points.
You didn't even
worse.
say the catchphrase right, nigga.
What?
It's put that in your pipe and smoke it. But go ahead.
So you said 2 points. Keep going, Penn. 2 points. So they're a bucket. They're a bucket worse with him off the floor.
That's because a lot of Jokic's
They are
missed
a
time has
bucket worse with
coincided
him
with
off
Aaron
court.
Gordon's missed time. So it's
Okay,
also, this
I didn't
why
say
the
they were a
on-off numbers
bucket
be
better.
skewing
I said they're a bucket
Oh,
worse.
They're a
with him
bucket
off
worse.
I
court.
love this. I love this
With
match.
Anthony Edwards, they are
Doesn't
nearly
matter.
8 points worse with him off the court. 8 points worse, not 8 points better. Jokic 2 points better.
Yeah.
Aaron and Anthony Edwards almost 8 points worse. What are we doing here? So if the on-off data tells us anything, it is that Nikola Jokic is not a negative defender.
Right.
If you can
But
point
Pink,
to anything
is he
other
free
than
eats at
it
the
looks
rim?
bad,
Is he
and
free eats at the rim?
for sure? For
Okay.
sure. If you
Is
if you
he
put Nikola
a
Jokic,
7-foot center?
he's 6'11".
Is he a 6'11" center?
Sure, yeah.
Is he the biggest player on the court a lot of times?
So
And is he
what?
free
It's not-
eats at the rim?
Why is this such a
You can't change. You can't change. You can't
I've
change.
never
No.
heard of a
You
defender
can't
who
change.
doesn't protect the rim.
You
or
can't
guards on the
change.
outside.
That's what I'm
You-
saying.
you-
What the fuck
You
are we
can't change.
arguing
No,
about?
Pin. No, damn that. Because Pin, I'm not going to allow you to change the rules of basketball. If you're a 7-foot center and you're free eats at the rim, then you are sorry on that defensive end. Sorry. You can't
narrow-minded as hell.
What do y'all say?
You
What do y'all say?
wanna-
Y'all can't. He can't do what? He can't guard in space.
Yeah,
He can't.
there you go.
He
There you
can't.
go.
He can't guard in space. He can't navigate screens.
There you
He
go.
can't
Ox.
protect the rim. He can't switch out. He can't close out and move them big ass bricks on his feet. He's sorry on this end of the floor.
Penn,
Anthony Edwards is now and always has been a better defender than Nikola Jokic. He always
he's
will
not.
be.
No, it's
Penn,
not.
The best thing Nikola Jokic does
the
on
only
defense
thing
is
you do on
in possession
defense
by
is
rebounding. And he deserves credit for that. He's a great rebounder.
Probably
No,
not a good
we
defender.
can't wrap our fucking heads around this idea
No,
that
Penn,
someone
but
who looks
go-
like
go
a
ahead, Penn.
refrigerator and can't jump over a phone booth could possibly be better than this athletic, twitchy guard that we all agree has ADHD on defense.
Sure.
What does he do on defense though? What is Jokic doing on
what
defense?
we
I've
can't wrap our
already
head around
explained
is there
Nah, but what does he
someone
really
who
do
can't-
on defense though?
Someone who can't protect the rim,
Great
someone who
rebounder.
can't guard in space, and they're only viable within zone or if they're hedging, and that allows them to get away from the ball.
Penn,
And they're a good defender. That's never been true for
Penn,
any
can we
player ever.
Penn, can we
That's
agree?
never
All he
been
do
true.
is rebound. He just
Penn,
rebounds.
wait,
That's
wait,
it.
wait,
So
wait,
Which is a
we're
big
saying
deal.
there is a
Rebound is a
defender
big deal.
out there who can only play zone, or if he's in the pick and roll, we have to blitz so that he can get away from the action. And then we say he can't protect the rim. He's actually the worst in the league at protecting the rim. He
He's not
can't
the
guard in
worst in the league.
space.
He's not the
No,
worst.
It's him
in
and
the league.
Vucevic.
It's him and Vooch, correct.
Every stat that's out there is him and Vucevic. I promise you it is. Every single
Bringing
one.
up the
So
data, by
yes,
the way.
worst in the league level rim protector. Then when it comes to guarding in space, we can't switch with him because he can't guard anyone. We can't play drop because he's one of the worst drop bigs in the NBA. There's no way deflections make that guy a good defender. There's just no
Penn,
way.
Penn, before
There's no
Penn,
way, it's not possible.
Penn, I want to stay right.
It's
Penn,
not just
Penn, stay
deflections.
right here, Penn. So as a 5-man, as a
Mhm.
5-man, what is the minimum on defense that I should expect you to do? At
Box
minimum,
out. Box out.
you're a 5-man.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
What
You
am I
want-
saying, Penn? Please stay with me, Penn.
That
What am I
there is
saying?
a role that you expect a 5 to contribute to, which is that you need them to be a good rebounder. You need them to be a good, stable paint protector. And you need them to be at least a good communicator on the back line because they're the ones that are cleaning everything up. And what I'm trying to tell you
wait a minute,
is
Penn,
that
stay right there, because what you're doing, and I want you to stay right there, Penn, because what you're doing is you're leaving out the minimum parts. As a 5-man, I need you to protect the paint and I need you to protect the rim. That's your job at minimum. Mars, when you're talking about guarding in space, that's the advanced stuff because that's what the game has now become. But at minimum, at the 5 spot, my job is to rebound on defense. My job is to clean glass. My job is to rebound the basketball. My job is to protect the rim. I not block shots, not block every shot, but to protect the rim and be a rim deterrent. Joker is none of those things. Not one of them.
What was Moses Malone? Was he a great shot blocker?
Moses Malone actually did block shots.
Was he a great shot blocker? Was he a great shot blocker?
Moses Malone 100% blocked shots. Yes, he did. Moses Malone was a glass cleaner. Moses Malone was a great paint protector. Yes, he did push the ball. Yes, he did push the ball away from the basket. When I'm talking about a guy in Joker who we are consistently going after. We want him in the action. We keeping him in the action. And with us keeping him in the action, Denver is doing everything to get him out of the action. Denver is doing everything to keep him away from the action. They blitz pick and roll. Why? So we could get Joker away from the action. We can't switch. So we're trying to get Joker away from the action. We can't put Joker on the block. We're double teaming. Why? Because we're trying to get Joker out of the action. All of this stuff, which is minimal that I need from a 5-man, he can't do it, Penn. And that's my biggest problem with him as a defender.
Do you realize that Nikola Jokic actually averages more stocks per 100 possessions on his career so far than Moses Malone?
I did not realize that, Penn.
Yeah, that's because he gets
pretty
steals.
shocking, right?
That's because he gets steals. Yeah, Moses
but why are steals any different than blocks? What difference does it make?
Because we're talking about protecting the rim.
What if I protect the rim by not allowing people to get to the rim because I blocked?
But you ain't doing that though. That's the problem.
No, that's a fair point, Penn. That's a fair point.
Yeah,
but he's not doing that.
The possessions where
you just told me Moses Malone is a good defender, and I'm trying to tell you that Nikola Jokic. Let me just make sure on this. Nikola Jokic grabs almost exactly the same number of rebounds as Moses Malone, and gets more stocks than Moses Malone, and he's a bad defender.
Penn, is he a better defender than Moses?
No.
Oh, okay, so what the fuck?
What's happening right now?
Hey, yo, we about to move on. We are about to move on that note. Penn, I will say this.
Ron about to hit the end stream button. Don't hit the end stream button.
No, I'm just saying I appreciate the effort, but how I know that was lopsided is because about 20 minutes ago, Swiper texted me and said, "Yo, Ron, can I get the link?" I sent him the link. He ain't pull up. He said, "I ain't finna go in there and get my ass kicked." Hey, so it just be like that sometimes. But Swiper should have came to your defense.
I just don't get why we feel the need to lie. Like, there's so many.
That's what I'm saying. Like Nikola Jokic argument as a player is good enough. Y'all don't need to add any extra sauce on it. It's good enough,
man.
It's good enough.
He's overrated on offense too.
Wait, Penn, you were about to make a point. Penn.
Hey, we don't have to go there yet. I'm saving that. For May. We can do
that too.
Be patient.
He overrated on. All right, you right. I'm a chill. I'm a chill because he overrated over there too.
Oh man, I tell you, I can't wait for May.
Make a point.
I cannot wait.
People
for multiple reasons.
You know, people always be talking about how I don't like Swiper, or Swiper don't like me, or whatever. People don't even understand my main problem with Swiper. It's not the Raptors disrespect. It's not the Scotty Barnes disrespect. Always trying to put Şengün and Scotty and trying to put Scotty and Dub conversations and whatever. No, it's actually that he doesn't go far enough with the Jokic stuff. He ain't going far enough, and he ain't doing a good enough job. So I'm here to, you know.
So is that kind of like real talk with me with Ant Edwards? I'm early.
Like look, man. Jokic is one of my favorite players. Jokic is one of my favorite players, the greatest European player of all time. He's from my country, and I gotta watch Swiper come up here and you know peddle these like kind of like soft ass arguments about him. Nah, man, you're not going.
So he's doing it all wrong.
No, he's definitely doing it wrong. You gotta go further. You know, you gotta go further, man. You got to go a little bit
if
further.
You're listening, and I know you're listening because you wanted me to send you the link and you texting me. Basically, what he's saying is grow some more nuts. You know, conjure up some more testosterone from them big ass shoulders and hips. You know, make something happen. Take it a step further. Otherwise, Penn is going to replace you, and I'll make sure that he does that. But fellas, before we get anywhere, because we have a lot of super chats, we have a lot of people that have things that they want us to talk about in the chat. Before we do anything, chat, before we lock in, you guys need to lock in and get ready for April 10th. Because when I tell you this is going to be the night of the year, the day of the year, the moment of the year for the panel, I'm not lying when I say this. One night, one arena, and you don't want to miss it. You guys finally have an opportunity to pull up to our first ever live show to the public. And it's not just going to be at a random park. It's not just going to be at a random studio. It's not just going to be at a random theater. It is going to be in the Moda Center, in an actual NBA arena. And then after that show, we'll do a quick meet and greet. And then we're going to go watch Denny Avdia bust Kawhi Leonard's ass, or Kawhi Leonard bust Denny Avdia's ass. I don't know. I'll leave that up to your interpretation. However, we will watch these two all-stars go toe-to-toe, head-to-head. After we watch Chill and Mars go head-to-head, toe-to-toe. After we watch Ox and Real Talk debate who's going to be better in this game, Denny or Kawhi. After we watch Swiper and Penn really have a glaze off and see who's really the Jokic stand. After we watch a full episode of the panel, we'll do a meet and greet, and then we will go watch the game. And then we'll have a post-game fan experience. And then we'll have raffles and draws and all of that good stuff for exclusive prizes. I'm telling you guys, you don't want to miss this opportunity for the panel's first live show ever. You can click the link in the description, and when you do that, you'll get a link to the tickets. There's a couple of different ticketing options and all of that good stuff, but just know, everything is all-inclusive. When you buy your ticket to the game, you get access to the panel, you get access to the live show, you get access to the post-game fan experience, and you get access at exclusive prices. We will see you guys in Portland, April 10th. We will see you guys in the Moda Center, live and in the flesh, and we will see you guys at the heart of the panel's debate, whatever it is for that day. I can't wait to see your reactions. And you know what's funny? The super chats are going to be live and in person, so I can't wait to hear you guys' live super chats. We'll see you guys there. All right, fellas, speaking of super chats, we got them right now. We got a good amount of them. So let's go ahead and see what the people got to say. The first one is from Tupac Westside. Tupac said, I see the Lakers being out in the second or in round 2, the Rockets out in round 1, too many flaws, and the Nuggets, maybe Spurs, and OKC in the conference finals. I see the Pistons and the Cavs in the East finals.
A lot of people think that the Spurs are better than Minnesota. That's interesting to me. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not buying that neither.
What's up, bro?
Well, y'all know what this means?
I ain't putting no jack on those.
What, if they in the series?
Is that how crazy I look when I do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Wild as hell, Ron.
Anyways, y'all know what this means. Hey, if they see each other,
I got Minnesota for sure.
Just be ready to put it up.
Bet.
Just be ready to do this.
Bet.
Well, Cavs and Pistons. How surprised would you guys be about that? Or would you be surprised? Is that what you guys were expecting?
I wouldn't be surprised about that.
I wouldn't be surprised about anything.
Nothing that happens in the East will surprise me.
Really, Mars, if you saw Atlanta and Miami in the conference finals, you wouldn't be bugged out about that?
That's just logistically not possible, I don't think.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'd be surprised if the bracket breaks.
All right, Hoop Never Stops said, if we know the Knicks' two best players are liabilities defensively, and obviously you can't be in close or serious games without them on the floor, why do people think they can win the East again?
Because they didn't win it the first time, but I mean, Indiana, the team that they usually lose to, Indiana, is not in the running this year. And also, it's like, everybody has got the biggest case of amnesia. They beat Boston last season with a better Jason Tatum and a better supporting cast. And Cat and Jalen Brunson closed those games, getting defensive stops at that. So I don't know. I don't be getting this argument about the Knicks.
Damn, you were saying something.
They have a great defensive team around them. You know, they've got Mitchell Robinson in the paint. They've got wings that can guard. OG's one of the best. Mikal Bridges, when he's healthy, is one of the best. They got some dogs coming off the bench. Like they're fine defensively as a team. In the postseason, when you start to put both those guys in the action, then you have some issues. But it feels like Mike Brown will be okay to use some of the rotation more as well. So I'm not too worried about the Knicks defense. I understand, but they have enough around them to get by.
I mean, I think the Knicks got maybe not. I think the Knicks got 9, probably 10 guys. So Miles, they get him back by the time the playoffs start. So we got Clarkson, we got Kolick, we got Huckaporty, we got Shamet, and I feel like I'm missing somebody. Like,
Jeremy Sohan.
Sohan he's also going to be another dirty work guy.
Yep.
Yeah, Alvarado's going to play behind Kolick. I think Alvarado's going to be more of a situational guy than he's going to be the backup.
I think Alvarado's going to take Kolick minutes.
I do too. Like y'all don't realize how good Alvarado is. He's just.
I don't think you realize how good Kolick is. I think that's the problem. Yeah,
they could play. They could play together too. Yeah, I would play together.
They got 4 point guards better than my starting point guard. Damn.
I just feel like with the Knicks, when you're talking about, I just feel like with the Knicks. One, the same thing we talked about with Minnesota, like Mike Brown could get out coached. I saw Stan Van Gundy out coach him. Right. I've seen him get out schemed. And I very much think that could happen with him. My issue with the Knicks, when you have teams like the Celtics, when you have teams like the Cavs, when you have teams like Toronto or even Philly, that guys like Cat and Brunson, that position is what that team is best at. Like you could really go after that Knicks team, because every time I see the Knicks play against Philly, Maxey makes a beeline. To Jalen Brunson. A straight beeline to him. And the same I think the same logic goes for Embiid, right? And they try to put Mitchell Robinson on him to protect him, even though like the Knicks just like smoked them a couple of games ago. But we've seen what happens when the playoffs start with that team. So I think that could be a real problem for them when they run up on a team where that position is the position, those two positions are the positions where they get their most buckets from.
All right, Jordan Reed. I'm glad I could read the super chat in good faith without a certain Stan being up here. Jordan Reed said, I checked who had the hardest schedule for the remainder of the season. Unfortunately, it's the Nuggets. They have OKC 3 times, Spurs 3 times, Los Angeles Lakers 2 times, Boston and the New York Knicks. Like this schedule is tough. So you guys, as of right now, the Nuggets are 35-20. I want to ask you guys, Real Talk highlighted earlier that they have the hardest strength of schedule remaining. The super chat says it. They're 35-20. Do you guys think that they'll get to 50+ wins?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's 10 games right there. That's 10 games right there.
I mean, the emergence of Peyton Watson.
They're going to win 9 of them, so they'll be fine.
I mean, do people fully appreciate how deep this team is? Like,
exactly.
Like Peyton Watson, so good. So good. And Christian Brown hasn't been great. Cam Johnson hasn't been great this year. But the question is, what if these guys do turn it around?
They're going to be fine, yep. Mm-hmm.
Do you think Denver's the deepest team in the league?
It's hard for me to say because I haven't seen OKC fully healthy, but they're up there.
I'm gonna say yes.
Do you think deepest team and best team are correlate, or are those two different things, or do you also have them as the best team in the league?
Well, when you have the best 1-2 punch and you have the deepest team, I think it'd be. I think it's fair to say that they are the team to beat in the Western Conference.
I could get with that.
They've been the team to beat in the West for 3 years. They've been beat.
They've been beat a lot.
And 3 years ago, they won. 3 years ago, they won the NBA championship. Yes, they did. And then the year after that, they ended up. And 3 years ago, they did win the NBA championship. And then the year after that, they ended up losing. That was a bad matchup against Minnesota. And then last year, they succumbed to injuries. Here we are again. If we can get healthy, I think we're looking at a different Denver team, Moz. Completely different.
All right.
And we did talk about Julius, by the way. Yes, we did.
Well, he might have meant Chill. See, you went off on Mad Max Sports. He might have meant Julius Erving. That's who he wanted.
No, he's talking about Randall.
I don't know. Julius Erving sent through a super chat, and he said, once again, y'all prove Cade is the MVP. One hand, he's not carrying. Another hand, y'all don't believe his team is good enough to make the finals. All while his team has the #1 record. LOL. MVP him. Shout out to Penn.
Ben earlier in the episode was talking about the time it takes to change your reputation. And my God, what was it? 2 years ago, you were calling him worse than Fred VanVleet, and now you're getting shouted out on Cade Cunningham.
Well,
so shout out to you for that.
Man, how the tide has turned, real talk.
No.
What?
No.
How the tide has turned.
2 years is a long time.
But here's the thing. Cade has also turned. The tide has turned, but the Cade has turned.
He was better than Fred VanVleet then.
I mean, look, basketball is so funny because when I came up here on PC for the first time, one of the stupidest things I said was that Kobe Bryant wasn't a top 10 player. And Mars immediately cooked me on that and said, well, that means he got. I remember that clip because I've seen that clip so many times and went very viral for probably all the wrong reasons. And then sometime around last year, I was like, you know what? I could see it. Kobe 10. Now I'm like, Kobe 7. I mean, maybe this time next year I'll be like Kobe 5. Like it's just an evolving. It's an evolving, and believe me, I genuinely do not
actually like you. Then
you've been indoctrinated by PC. That's what that is.
First of all, y'all got to realize we talk basketball every day, all day. For most of us, we're watching basketball 3-4 hours a day. Some of us are playing basketball 2 hours a day. Then we are listening to other people talk about basketball. We're chatting basketball on X. We're coming up here talking basketball 3 to 5 times a week, depending on who you are.
Pretty redundant life,
how can your mind
isn't it?
not change? You're getting new information all the time, and the game is evolving. So it's like some people will get bullied into changing their mind about something. I'm not one of those people. You can bully me all you want. In my mind, ain't not changing because you call me an idiot. But my mind will change as my information and my understanding change. Like, okay, I used to put a lot of weight into this number, but now I don't put that much weight into that number. Now, how does the equation change? So yeah, that's just how I see, and also the word greatness.
What's the new information you've got on Kobe Bryant?
2 very important things, right? Number 1 is what I think the word great actually even means, right? Greatness to me is your impact on others. It's your impact on the league. It's your long-standing imprint on the game. Have you changed materially how people play the game? Like the next generation, how you represent the game, how you know what I mean? Like, do you elevate the game? This is why I think Michael Jordan the greatest player of all time, because it's just like, how did you elevate the game in your time? How did you change the number of people watching the game? I think that has to be a part of your greatness. It can't just be blocks per game, points per game, championship rings. It's all of it. There's a lot of criteria that goes into greatness that goes beyond EPM, BPM, and finals runs and all that stuff. The second part that's changed is how much I value weaknesses or a lack of weakness in a player. Right? With Kobe, answer the following question. It's a riddle. Where do you put him where he's not going to kill you? And the answer is absolutely nowhere. You're not going to put him in the middle of the floor because he's going to destroy you. Not going to put him at the rim because he's going to destroy you. Can't just dare him to shoot threes because he's going to destroy you. You can put him on the bench. That's where he's not going to destroy you. So that's where I see it. And then also, like, you can't really pick on him defensively either, right? There's a lot of top 10 greats that are much worse defenders than Kobe Bryant, including Magic Johnson.
You are definitely correct.
Including Steph Curry. And so it's just like, even with some of the better defenders at the top, there are places I can put them on. I don't think I can put Kobe in the post. You know what I mean? So I think about the perspective of coaching against his player. I'm like, okay, I have a star guard. Let's just say I have Vince Carter, Allen Iverson. Am I ever going to go in from a star guard and be like, let's pick on this Mamba guy. Let's pick on number 8. Let's pick on number 24. No, I'm not. I'm never going to do that. I'm literally going away from him. Am I going to be like, yo, if we can get him off the ball, we can get him lost like Anthony Edwards? No, I'm not going to do that. Am I going to say, yeah, you know what? Let's get a bigger guard and put him in the post. No, I'm not going to do that either, because that ain't happening either, because he's going to battle. So that lack of weakness, even though there isn't that dominant strength of, elite mid-range pull-up shooting like KD, even if there isn't the dominant elite, three-point shooting of Steph, even if it isn't as dominant in the paint as Dwayne Wade at his absolute peak, it's all of those things. And I think the well-roundedness of Kobe has made me think Yeah, I can't tell you 7 better players than him all time. So that's where I'm at. That's how I have evolved my mind.
Shout out to Kobe. He's now better than our leaders. Shout out to him.
All right, fellas. The next super chat is from Dimitri Brutus. Mr. Brutus said, y'all completely underestimating the value of AJ Mitchell on the Thunder. As J-Dub recovers, he has been the secondary creator that we have begged for in the non-Shea minutes. Who does everything well, by the way?
We're not underestimating how good he is. In fact, we were talking about him being in the most improved conversation. He's probably with Shea off the floor. He's their best one-on-one player. That's number one. One of their best pull-up shooters. Like, we know that. Now, the problem that I have with these guys, stay right there, Damian, don't move. The problem that I have with these guys that say stuff like that is because I don't see him like you see him, doesn't mean that I'm underestimating him. No, I know how good he is. I just don't think he's all pro, which you probably think he is. I don't think he's that good. That's all. So as you were saying,
I was thinking about it I was thinking about it actually the other day that it would have been very interesting to see this OKC team this year without him. Like if they just ran it back the same. He's been excellent. He's been very important, really important with J-Dub having a down year and having some issues with his hand. But I agree, Chill. It's fine to acknowledge that these role players are massively good contributors, but I mean they're not all world type guys. Like we just need to settle down on some of that stuff.
That's why I had such a problem, Ron, with these dudes. Like I can't believe that y'all traded McCain for what you traded him for. Well, obviously Philly, they already got their mind made up about their backcourt. They already got that figured out. And I think that they have an issue, and nobody really brought this up. I do think, real talk, that they have an issue with McCain's health moving forward. They're not sure about it. I don't think that they're sure about his health moving forward. I think they got their backcourt with his health moving forward. They're like, maybe we can come off of him and get something, and we can move on. On top of that, like McCain is one of those players where like he could get busy off the bench to the point where you're saying, like, should he be starting? Should he be playing more? And I feel like that could cause division within the unit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good situation for him over there in OKC.
I do too.
I really do. I feel like that's a great situation. I do agree with you. Philly kind of solidified their backcourt, and so there was really no need for Jared McCain unless he was like just going to come off the bench and everything. But if he has aspirations to do anything as that, I don't know.
But isn't he a perfect bench guard?
He is, but I'm saying I don't know if he personally wants to do more than that.
I think if I was a GM, I would have a rule. If Sam Presti says I want to trade for this guy, I hang up. I just don't do the deal. I just assume that I'm wrong, that I'm not seeing something, and I just hang up.
I'm with you on that, Pen. Wait a minute. Let me go find out why Sam Presti wants my guy. Something's going on here. Hold on.
Dude, chill. Last year we waived Brendan Carlson, and I was just like, oh, that's nothing. He's a 25-year-old, he was with the Utah Utes. There ain't no potential there. The minute I saw the OKC Thunder signed him, I was like, damn. I messed up. He about to splash threes. And then I turned on a game in the first quarter in the regular season. He had like 10, 12 points in the first quarter. I was like, oh my God, we fucked up.
But Penn, that goes to what I want to say about OKC. We just asked who's the deepest team in the league, and I think it's OKC.
Ron, how many guys they got legit, Ron?
Legit. OKC can play 15 different guys, and I would not be worried about them. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to go 15 deep. I'm not saying that they even go 15 deep. But that 15th guy would be Brandon Carlson. If Brandon Carlson was to come in for 5 minutes, I would not be worried about him. I wouldn't be like, OKC, this other team's about to go on a run. OKC's in trouble. They legitimately have Brandon Carlson can play. Nikola Topic can play. Kenrich Williams, not only does he play, Kenrich Williams be turning shit up. Alex Caruso, we know about Alex Caruso. Jared McCain, he got there. We know what he brings to this team in terms of shooting, in terms of creating, in terms of just getting buckets and being a spark off the bench. Jalen Williams, not J-Dub, Jalen Williams, J-Will. He be coming in and he be cooking. The games where Chet Holmgren don't be there or the games where Isaiah Hartenstein's been there, I'm sure I'm speaking for everybody when I say he's impressed all of us. He's exceeded what we all thought that he would be or who he was. Isaiah Joe, we know who he is as a shooter. He comes off the bench sparking. Aaron Wiggins, we seen him in the playoffs last year. I don't got to speak into Aaron Wiggins. We knows what he brings off the bench. Isaiah Hartenstein, AJ Mitchell, the super chat started with AJ Mitchell. AJ Mitchell, not only has he started this season and been fantastic, when he comes off the bench, he's still fantastic. And it's not crazy to say that he's their second best creator off the dribble. Cason Wallace, we know who Cason Wallace is. Lou Dort, we know who Lou Dort is. Then you get their 3 all-stars, J-Dub, Chet, Shea. This team legitimately
They got
can
10
go
guys legit.
15 deep.
A good point.
They got 10,
It is.
I think they got 10 legit guys, around 10 to 12 legit guys that we could count on come playoff time. 10 to 12 legit ones.
You have 10
Aaron
playoff
can come off the
players.
bench.
Yeah, you have 10 play.
25.
Yeah.
10 playoff players. That's you got 10 of them. You the deepest team in the league. There's
No doubt.
But even they got more than that though, because so I'm looking at the guys that play minutes or the most minutes played. That's Shea, Chet, J-Dub, Lou Dort, Cason Wallace, AJ Mitchell, iHeart, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, Jalen Williams, J. Will. So that's the 10 guys. So let's say that they cut their rotation off at 10. That would mean Jerry McCain doesn't play. That would mean Alex Caruso doesn't play. That would mean Kenrich Williams doesn't play. And those are I would say that those are 3 highly impactful guys. I would say even Alex Caruso could be top 3 or 4
McCain
most
ain't battle tested.
impactful.
We ain't seen
Alex
McCain
Caruso
in
is
the
all
playoffs, so he
NBA.
ain't battle tested.
Defense.
Caruso, on the other hand,
Caruso's minutes are low because it's the regular season. They load man.
Yeah.
But
He
he's
get-
definitely
when
in
we
that
get to the
top.
playoffs,
He's in
yeah,
that top.
We can all
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
that Boston's a good team, right? Boston's a really great
sir.
team. Which of the following players would not start in Boston? Shea, Hartenstein, Lou
Stop.
Dort, Alex Caruso, Chet Holmgren, J-Dub, Cason
J-Dub is
Wallace.
starting.
Cason
I
Wallace.
wouldn't
be
start.
starting
Casey
Lou
might
Dort.
start.
I wouldn't start Lou Dort.
Yeah.
Okay.
we already had the
You're
conversation
right, Ron.
about
They're deep as hell, man.
Dylan Brooks.
I'm sorry. What you say it again, Damien? I'm sorry.
No, Ron's right. Like when you go down the line, man, and you put the names on paper, they're deep as hell, man. Like Aaron Wiggins
It's
is
just
25 off the bench. He might not even play, man.
Yeah.
I'll guarantee you when we do the expansion draft, whoever that number 1 pick is going to be an OKC Thunder.
Ron, that's why it makes sense that this team is averaging.
Orlando might release Paolo.
Oh boy.
Send
Please
him
do.
back to Seattle.
Yo,
Yeah, send him
you
back
can
to
leave
Seattle.
Paolo exposed. He ain't going first in that draft. Unless that first maybe Seattle.
Exactly. Like, let's be serious. Orlando,
Bring in a hometown legend
He
home
would go
field.
number
Paolo would
1.
100% be scooped
He
up
would
first.
go
if
number
he-
1.
what? I don't care if the
He
team
might be
is
the
even-
best player ever to be in an
Listen,
expansion.
I don't care if it's in
Like,
Timbuktu. Paolo going first. But chill.
Well,
What
Ron,
were you saying?
it does make sense now that you bring that up. I mean, I think OKC averages about 120 a game. So if they average almost 120 a game, if I'm getting 32 from SGA, and then I'm getting another, when these guys are all healthy, like health is not an issue. Like we got the whole group. If I'm getting 32 from SGA, I'm getting 22 from J-Dub. That's 55. That's almost 55 right there. Now add in another 16 to 18 from Chet, right? So that's like 75 right there. And then those other 8 guys, I can get 60 out of all those 8 guys. What's that? 8 points?
Mm-hmm.
That makes it now it makes sense why they, and on top of that, I'm getting elite defense. That would explain why this team is as good as it is.
The problem with
But
OKC,
Denver's still the team to beat. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're going to leave it that way. Yeah, we're leaving it
Denver
that
is
way.
still the
Denver's
team.
the best team, have the
Mhm.
best player, the best 1-2 punch, the best depth. Hey, Denver's
and their best player.
Denver's the
defense.
favorite,
Yeah.
bro.
I feel like he's setting them
Ox.
up to lose. I feel like he's
Denver's
setting them
the
up
favorite,
to lose.
Ox. Hey, go on now. We hearing it. We
That's
hearing it.
the
The
only
only thing,
problem
though,
with
real talk, is
OKC
I
is the
actually
name value.
do think they're gonna win.
Oh yeah, Ox, you are a Denver. Oh yeah, I'll be forgetting.
No, I'm not a Denver anything.
No, I'm saying you think you.
He's just anti OKC.
Oh, are you?
It's not anti anything.
No, you're a hater. You've been hating. You've been hating on OKC for years, man. From the days of Valanciunas going to bully
Ox,
Chet, you've
that's-
been hating. I don't.
No,
there was
that's not
nothing
true,
wrong with me
'cause I
thinking
say
that he
he's
was
the
gonna
best
bully.
backup five in the game.
Yeah, what I'm saying is you've been hating for years. That's what I'm saying. You've been hating. It's cool.
He did. Ox, you did say the best backup 5 in the game, and
Absolutely,
yeah,
he could start on about 15 teams.
that's why they went over.
Okay.
That's why they went over. That's why they went over to Europe and said, You got a contract with us. Get your ass on this plane and let's go.
Kidnap his ass.
This ain't happening.
Well, he's the best defending center they have over there by far.
There are numbers that will back that up, and we might get to a super chat that says that. Well, actually, no. We have the next super chat from Hunter TV.
Chill. My son is a better defender than Jokic. Even at the NBA level, he get more stops than Jokic.
Now watch. I promise you, Ron. Watch this real talk. When Swiper come up here, I'm gonna tell you right now who it's gonna get aimed at. Right here. This way is coming. He's gonna attack me. Watch. All the stuff he heard today is coming right here. So I already know what it is.
Hey, chill. Heavy is the head, brother. Heavy is the head.
Ready?
Hey, look. Hey, what he said when we chill. Basically, it's like this. When we win, good job, Ron. When we lose, damn, chill. What you was doing?
I'm the one killing us.
Oh man,
that's why I don't mind turning the rock over in the fourth quarter.
I'm killing us.
Hey, Heavy is
Get
the
Ron
head.
off the floor, by the way. Get Ron off the floor because he killing us.
Hunter TV sent through a super chat, and it's ironic that we were just talking about a certain guy's defense because Hunter TV said, to be fair, Ant with no Gobert is worse than Jokic with no Aaron via data baller. He might not be very good, but neither is Ant. 191.3 in 940 minutes versus 121.1 in 488. Bigger sample for Jokic, no Gordon as well.
I mean, if there's no Rudy Gobert on the court, then their defensive rating probably is impacted by like their rebounding percentage probably goes down.
There's no way 191.3 is correct.
Yeah, 191 can't be.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume
it's probably 119. It's probably 119.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume.
Can I ask you guys a serious question?
Yeah,
is Jokic ever reasonable on defense?
I think he's had reasonable stretches. Yeah, I think he's had reasonable stretches. Like I think he's had reasonable playoff series. I think he's had defense seasons where he's been fine on defense, like regular season. I think 22 he was fine on defense, but all in total, he's not a good defender. But he's had stretches and seasons or series where he's been fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but he's still be clear. He's still a bad defender, right? I've seen Giannis hit free throws. He's still a bad free throw shooter. Stretches where he hits.
Yeah, I don't know where you were at with it.
If he's a bad defender, then 50% of the league is bad defender.
No, facts. Absolutely.
All right,
typically if you're below average, yeah.
Yeah, that is how that.
Yeah.
That is how that works. What the hell?
X Nate X said ending possessions with defensive rebounds is super important. But as a big, we can stop overinflating its importance just to push Jokic as a good defender.
It's not the only thing that makes him a good defender.
Defensive rebounding for sure, man. Like absolutely. Now, ideally, you want to be the one who's the reason the other team misses for you to get the rebounds. Jokic is not that. So the fact that he can close the possession is great. It's everyone else forcing the misses that are leading to him getting rebounds. And also, Denver rebound worse when Jokic is out there without Aaron Gordon. So, he also needs Aaron Gordon to help on the rebound.
You need pieces. That's what I was saying. Like, you need pieces. Okay, like I remember.
He needs Aaron Gordon. It's not just
no,
pieces.
dude. Like I remember in Toronto, there was a push that Gary Trent Jr. was a really good defender, and I'm like, do y'all see the work that Scotty and OG are doing to get this dude his steals and Nick Nurse's gimmicky defense? It happens that way every single year. There are guys who will push guys. Tayshaun Prince helped Ben Wallace block shots. Ben Wallace didn't block all them shots himself. Okay, Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton helped Rasheed Wallace as a post defender. These things are always done on a string. When I think about defense, Rip is a very big reach, but him being not awful on that end,
absolutely not a
reach. He's not on the level of the other players I'm talking about. But my point is, like, someone not being awful defensively helps. The team scheme, Jokic being so active in the gaps, just deflecting. Deflections are very important.
When you say so active, what do you mean by so?
His hand
when he's in a pick and
insane.
roll, when he swings his leg at the pocket pass.
It's not just
to be
the
fair.
legs, man.
This is what I want to say. I'll say this about Jokic. To be fair, he is a great defensive rebounder. I think we can all agree on that.
I think he's the best in the league. I do.
He does have very good hands. Like he sometimes does
Yes.
have very good hands in terms of deflecting the ball. He also is quite impressive when he oftentimes blows up plays before they happen. Like how many times have you
Bingo.
seen Denver come out of a timeout and Jokic has actually blown up the play before it happens? So like I'm with all you guys. I agree with you. He's not a great defender, but there is some defensive. Like to me, he's not on Luka's level. To me, in that way, I would prefer to have Jokic in my defense than Luka because of some of that. And there's just something to be said about having a big body.
Ant?
Like there is.
You would
Like
prefer
there
Ant?
Absolutely as a defender. Yes, it's not even a question.
I petition. If there is an NBA player that is watching this, as I suspect there is, please petition for the league to ask his teammates, what does he do for you defensively? Ask Aaron Gordon, ask Bruce Brown, ask Christian.
Yeah,
Brown,
they're just gonna be like, you know what?
No. Ask for an honest answer.
Which one of them dudes you think? Which one of them
I just wanted to be fair. I just wanted to.
Any one of them dudes want to get traded?
Burner account.
Yeah,
Let's get the Denver Nuggets group chat leads.
Because
if
we can get a hold of Aaron Gordon's burner, I guarantee you would think it's me.
I just wanted to be a little fair to him. That's all. That's all.
Aaron Gordon knows basketball very well. So first of all, no, he wouldn't. And second of all, he is very complimentary of Nikola Jokic. Has called him one of the biggest reasons that his career has turned around.
Where he's telling the truth about his defense.
Aaron Gordon is not gonna disrespect Nikola Jokic.
How you know? You don't know Aaron Gordon? You don't know what he is saying?
I've listened to probably 45 to 50 interviews of Aaron Gordon being very off the cuff and, going on podcasts and breaking shit down.
All right. Super chats round. I'm be tired of this shit.
Unless it's an interview from his burner.
Yeah, I don't agree with what you're saying. So let's get the super chats.
I know.
You've watched 50 Aaron Gordon interviews?
Yes, he's watched at least 50 this year.
That's a lot. No, not this year. Presters. I've been listening to Aaron Gordon, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like post game stuff.
Yeah, pressers, post game podcasts.
Come on, stop being so narrow headed.
Yeah, man.
Your head is too big for it to be that narrow. Well, the next super chat is from Hoop Never Stops. Hoop Never Stops said, I don't think Wemby is where he needs to be offensively yet for the Spurs to win in a playoff series.
Depends on the matchup.
Yeah, I think they can win a playoff series. Now, going deep in the playoffs, like a lot of the stuff that he's not good at can get exposed. A lot of it.
Just run the offense through the air.
All I know is I just can't. I will be victory lapping.
Are you gonna be victory lapping the failures of a 22-year-old?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I will be victory lapping that I was right about Ant being the 5th best player, and he's him 6th, and not the other way
Hey,
around.
be careful what you wish for.
He's not even better than Tatum.
Ah!
You'll see.
The guy that's barely cracking league average efficiency and 5-out spacing in Boston, that guy?
Well, if Jason Tatum comes back as even 80% of the defender that he was, yeah, I'll take Tatum.
Yeah, give me the 3rd best scorer in the world.
All right, Seneg.
You heard me.
561. Seneg 561 said, Luka is low volume, but not detrimentally. He's good at leveraging his gravity, driving, and making good reads, but maybe it's just the honeymoon stage. Did he mean Luka or Luke?
No, Luke Kennard.
Luke Kennard.
Oh, yeah, I was reading. I was confused. I was like, is he trying to argue Luke is a good defender too? I was like, okay. Luke Kennard.
He's not.
Yeah,
a lot of
Luke's been fine.
Yeah, pleased. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm more than satisfied with Luke.
You go off Gabe Vincent for Luke Kennard. I don't think
exactly.
Yeah,
we got an actual NBA player now. So
yeah. Shout out to Gabe Vincent though, living his best life in Atlanta. Shout out to him.
Still breaking it up out there in Atlanta. Salute.
Frank C sent through a super chat and said, I love this show too much. Fire emojis, laughing emojis, all of that.
Frank, do you have a shirtless man as your profile picture?
That's Rocky Balboa.
It's Rocky Balboa.
It's still a shirtless man in his profile picture.
It's Rocky Balboa.
Oh,
regardless who's in your
everything
profile
don't have to be
picture,
weird. Real talk.
You can't possibly love this show too much, man. Love us more. Keep going.
There's definitely such thing as
Do you
too
know
much.
why he has Rocky Balboa?
Keep
he is
going,
the
Frank.
Italian
Keep going.
stallion. That's why he has him.
I'm sure there's a picture of him with a shirt on somewhere. I'm positive there is.
Does it make you uncomfortable?
No, not at all.
Did the man from the 70s with the shirt off make you uncomfortable?
Nah, I just didn't know Frank swung that way. But love is love.
Oh shit.
I mean, Rocky Balboa swings that way.
Did he have his shirt on? Oh, because remember in the part when he was screaming, Adrian! He had a shirt on. That was after the fight, or that was when he had he was in the leather jacket. That was after the fight. Okay, so he was topless in that part too. I think so, yeah. I mean, shit, that was just iconic movies, man. Iconic movies.
Football talking about I'm mad because I can't go around shirtless. No, but I know you're mad that you can't go around shadeless. Because if you got no shades on, everybody see that.
Wow.
Everybody see that guy.
Yo, all right.
I mean, real talk. It be plenty of heavy set brothers that walk around topless.
That's a fact. Yeah. Shit. You don't know what I be doing when I go to the pool and shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta live in it. You gotta be comfortable with it.
You is a hater.
You is
strong. You is smart.
You go to the pool.
And for the record, that picture
t-shirt.
And that picture of Rocky Balboa, that was the one where he beat the Russian. Rocky really had me wanting to fight for real. Like I wanted to fight him after he killed Apollo Creed. I wanted to fight that dude for real.
Mm-hmm. Who's your favorite Rocky villain? Was it Drago?
No, it was Clubber Lang.
Yeah, that dude was obnoxious as hell. He was great at it. Shout out 18, man.
First movie I ever cried in. He pushed Mickey down them steps and made Mickey bump his head. Oh, I wanted to.
Yeah. Isn't that he should have been arrested for that, right?
That is 100% assault. That's battery.
Elder abuse.
That was murder.
That was elder abuse and murder. Damn.
Yeah, we can skip.
He didn't intend to kill him.
Skip the abuse. We can skip the abuse. It don't matter. That's at least manslaughter.
He didn't intend to kill him. That was just.
Wait a second, Chill. You telling me you push an old man down the stairs? You don't intend to kill him?
Well, he didn't push him down. He just pushed him out the way. Like it's the difference between intentionally pushing somebody down the stairs, and pushing somebody out of the way of where you're walking. He moved him to the side. Mickey ends up falling down the steps as a result of that. No, he didn't intentionally push him down the steps.
I mean, in his defense though, Mickey always was trying to jump in somebody's face. I mean, you better sit your brittle ass down somewhere. Shit, fuck around, the guy hurt.
You know the story about how Rocky got made, the first one?
Yes, that was it was about the Apollo Creed is Muhammad Ali. So
no, I don't mean the story behind it. I'm saying like how Sylvester Stallone got it made.
I don't know that. No, I don't.
It's crazy. Look it up sometime. You know that dog in the thing, Bubkiss? Yeah, that's his dog. You know those two turtles, Link and Clink, or Link and whatever. Those are his turtles.
Just sounds like nepotism.
It's not nepotism. So basically, he was so broke.
That's actually the definition.
He was so broke.
It just sounds like nepotism.
So Sylvester Stallone went to the studios. He was so broke, and he had this script for Rocky. Honestly, yo, to anyone in the chat, y'all, some of y'all really young, look up the story of how Sylvester Stallone gave up so much to make this movie. Gave up so much in the most desperate place to make this movie. It is literally the American dream. He had this script. They didn't want him to act in it. They were offering him so much money. He's like, you can have the script, but I gotta act in it. Yeah. He was so broke he had to give up his dog. That dog, Bubkiss, he had to give him up.
That was crazy.
It's crazy. So
because I've seen like 50 Sylvester Stallone interviews, and one of them I heard he was talking about that. It was
interesting.
That's awesome. I didn't realize you. I didn't realize you had the
You didn't?
Intellectual curiosity and patience to sit through 50 interviews. But shout out to
Ox is funny. You saw 50 of them?
The next super chat.
Maybe 53.
It's from who, Ron? Who is the next super chat from, Ron? Who is it?
The next super chat is from Christos Karasoulis.
Later, Dame.
Christos said,
good to see you, brother.
All right, Dave. See you tomorrow. Christos said, the Knicks are just as good as the Nuggets, Spurs. It's okay to have us coming out of the East. Don't need to be a hot take artist.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see about the Knicks.
I mean,
the Knicks are a good ass team.
I think that's the easy choice in the East. I do think so. But choosing one of the other top 3 teams, I don't think is a hot take.
I don't think so neither.
All right, the next super chat is from Jason Richardson, the dunk champ. Jason Richardson. I guess we'll never know unless he puts himself as the profile picture. However, he said, what are you guys' feelings on PEDs and professional sports? And is it enough to take someone out of the Hall of Fame?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if it's against the rules, then yes, absolutely, it's enough. Like, no matter how we feel about it, if it's against the rules, it's against the rules. So yeah, if you're doing stuff that's against the rules, you shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Easy. And
it wasn't against the rules when those guys in baseball were taking it.
You know, then if it wasn't against the rules when they were doing it, then I mean,
the Mitchell report, when the Mitchell report came out, then it became an investigation, and then they came up with the rules for steroids and all of that stuff. But up until that point, Ox, you could take that shit. That's why Jose Canseco said what he said, real talk. Not only was Mark McGuire on the juice, where do you think he was getting it from? Who do you think he was getting it from?
Yeah, I think I've always thought that athletes should be able to take steroids. Actually.
Unless it's a combat sport. If it's a combat sport,
that's like boxing or UFC or something like that. No, but I don't understand why you like that year, Chill, when all of them were popping in baseball. That was one of the most entertaining baseball years ever.
Crazy.
What year was that? That was 2001, 2002, 2003? Oh, 2002.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You had Sosa, McGuire, all them.
That was in 98.
Home runs every game. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't baseball want that to happen? In my opinion, I don't understand.
And the thing about it, one thing that they do point out a lot in baseball is the fact that it might make me stronger, but that's not making me hit that ball.
Exactly,
like, that ball is still really hard to hit that baseball. But yeah. So to my point, if it's against the rules, then yes, if you take it, you shouldn't be allowed to be in the Hall of Fame. But if it wasn't against the rules, man, do your thing. Man. Sure. Go crazy.
All right, Hunter TV sent through a super chat. We kind of figured this, but he was clarifying what he said earlier. He said the number is 119.3 for Jokic. By the way, typo on my end. 191 would be funny as fuck, though.
It would. If it was 191.
Yep, we got you.
Yeah, that's nuts.
We got you.
Shout out to Lance Armstrong too. If you know what I'm saying, if you lose your testicles, you should be able to take whatever you want. Get that testosterone back.
As an ox, does that apply for you too?
What you say, Ron? You were reading something?
Nothing. Tupac Westside said, Jokic is an overall bad defender, but he can do things on defense such as rebound and get steals. There, shrug.
Does a lot more than that, but sure, man, you got it.
I'm a terrible driver, but I do put my seatbelt on and my air. I'm a wreck this motherfucker.
Actually, you can drive, Ox. You can only drive in the city though. Like when we get on the freeway, you're gonna kill us. You're gonna 100% kill us. But in the city, that's where it get tricky at. I mean, I don't stop in the city.
I don't stop at no stop sign.
Yeah.
The thing with basketball is you can only discuss what you measure, unfortunately, and you can only pay attention to what you pay attention to. So when you're talking about this guy's a good defender, I'm curious. What are you looking at when you say he's a bad defender? What are you looking at? Is it because he's moving?
When I'm looking at it, a defender,
see, Ross, that's not fair. You can't just say defense.
When I'm looking at a defender, when I'm looking at a defender, and I'm looking at a specific player, I'm looking at what exactly is your job as a defender. So when I'm looking at a lead guard, the first thing I'm thinking about is how are you as an on-ball defender, right? So when I'm thinking about a 2 guard, I'm thinking about how good are you in the gaps? How good are you off the basketball? I'm thinking about how good are you on the ball. When I'm thinking about a big, when I'm thinking about a 5-man at minimum, how do you protect the rim? How do you protect the paint? And how do you rebound? That's what I'm thinking about when I think about specific guys. That's what I'm thinking about.
And I think that's fair. So the positional archetype thing works, but do we fairly accurately look at guards who block shots? We never think about shot blocking as a guard.
See, we don't. That's what I was saying. Yes, we do. That's what I'm saying, Pin. That's why when you asked that question, I said defense. If I see anybody like just any wing. Name any wing. I don't care who it is. Max
Jada
Strus.
McDaniels.
Nah, he's too dope. He's too dope.
Okay.
Because he's gonna go get like
Max Strus. Okay, sure.
We can say Max Strus. If Max Strus is weak side and somebody comes and he doesn't get over there, or if he just comes and kind of does a little flyby, I'm knocking him for that. Like, what was that? Get up there get up there and go contest that shot. Absolutely. If you're a big chill and you get switched out and you just Ole, like move your feet to the best of your ability. Everybody gets knocked for everything on defense. See, the thing about it is, chill, when you're watching the basketball game and you're watching defense, you can account for all that. When you're watching the basketball game on a chart and on stats and on numbers, you don't account for all of that.
Okay, we can all agree that Nikola Jokic is a bad shot blocker.
Terrible.
Right?
Terrible.
Okay, cool. I wanna name you some players that have a lower block percentage than Nikola Jokic. I think these numbers.
Here's the spreadsheet again. Here's the spreadsheet again. This is what we're talking about, Penn. This is literally what he just got finished talking about.
It's not just about blocking the shot too, Chill. It's about rotating and getting there.
Penn, because to be honest with you, the data 100% matters. The data absolutely matters. But I think the meat and potatoes of your argument is the data, and it can't just be the data.
It's my eye test. My eye test is telling me that he is communicating things on defense to his teammates. As Damian said, he's blowing up plays. My eye test is telling me there's passes I cannot make around this dude. Chill. If he is sitting there in the gaps,
he's a goalie now.
Oh my God.
He's a goalie, like he's like, nothing's getting past this guy. See, Damian brought up a highlight thing
where you're limited understanding
this is where you're limited understanding about basketball and only knowing how to read numbers and shit gets you in trouble. Because Damian brought up a thing about him blowing up plays. Yeah, we've seen that a couple times where it's out of bounds and he says, hey, stand right there. But what have we seen more of? Him saying, hey, stand right there, because I've watched game film. I've watched game film. No. I'm talking about. I've never watched highlights, man. What? Anyways,
you watch highlights.
When we're talking about,
you want to lie?
When we're talking about Nikola Jokic watching game film and being a student of the game.
I just want to put that out there.
He is a student of the game.
No. Well, either way, when you watch a guy, when there's a guy like Nikola Jokic who is similar, we'll get out of here.
As you were saying,
when you got a guy like Nikola Jokic who's watching game film, being a student of the game, and trying to be the best, I believe Nikola Jokic does that. When he's watching game film and he knows, okay, this is what they like to do out of bounds play, which is a testament to his IQ. When he's saying, hey, stand there because I know what they're trying to do, that's a big deal. But we're talking about you doing it every once in a while. What have we seen him do more?
Well, have you watched every possession of
this blowing by? I'm talking about just layups right by him. He's 2 feet away.
I don't know why this
give up on that one.
I don't know why this is so difficult for people to understand. Look, everybody wants to tear down.
It's not difficult to understand.
Look, anytime a player becomes great, there becomes a talking point which exposes your own ignorance, right? So with LeBron, it was the finals record. With Michael Jordan, it's the selfishness. There's always something about a player that people got to bring down. Well, you can't call Jokic selfish. You certainly can't. You can't talk about the fact that he's not. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Why would you call him selfish if he's not selfish? He's just a terrible defender. That's it. We're not trying to tear him down for the past 2 hours. I'm a better defender than you. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not in the NBA. What are you talking about? We're not talking about me. This has nothing to do with me. I'm not in the NBA. I'm nowhere even in the realm of a Nikola Jokic. I don't pretend to be. That's not even at all. So you trying to you getting baked in charboiled for the past hour and a half. Got you wanting to call me out. That doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm not in the NBA. I never was. What I'm saying. But you're being a crybaby, and now you're trying to call. Oh, well, he's a better defender than you. Oh my God,
you crying.
Ron, focus, Ron. God damn, man.
My bad, Chill. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
My apologies. The real Xavier Thompson said, sorry, y'all put this in my head. Luka needs Rudy and Jaden McDaniels ASAP. If you're not Luka or Reeves, it is what it is.
He could help it. He could use some more perimeter defense to protect.
Absolutely.
Yes, no doubt. That could happen. That could definitely happen.
Bob said, Penn, you don't got to gaslight us with numbers. Anyone can watch the game and identify Jokic is targeted and bad on defense. Get off his Serbian horse, phallus. What's his
Just to be
1300?
fair, there are numbers that back up that Jokic is a
bad defender. He also he has a higher block percentage than Bam Adebayo. But hey, man.
And nobody would say in real life that he a better rim protector than
I'll see y'all.
Nobody would say that.
I'll see y'all, man.
Because rim protection is more than block percentage.
Real talk. It might be.
Hold on.
It might
be. Because rim protection is more than block percentage. I get it.
As you were saying,
how often people are testing you at the rim, but chill. There's no way you could be 6'11" with a 7'5" wingspan and not be at least partially positive on defense. You just
that's not
being,
true.
Yo.
See, that's just ignorance.
No, it's not ignorance. It's physics. Okay, so like
it's
physics. I'm sorry. Like there's just
Rock,
certain things that bigger players can do.
No, I gotta be in physics. I gotta be in physics.
I gotta be in physics. A good rim protector. Correct.
I gotta be in physics, Ron.
That's a fact. Real talk.
Ben, doesn't physics is the reason why the center needs to be a good rim protector, because he's the biggest body on the court. So you want him, and he's also usually the closest one to the rim.
You remember,
that's physics
remember
as
how I
well.
said reputations take a couple of years. Basketball narratives take like 10 years to change.
It's not a narrative, Pen.
It is a narrative. It is
you
a
have
narrative.
The tallest guy next to the basket.
Bro.
What are you talking about?
That's your job, man.
Really,
what are you doing, man?
Y'all really stuck like 15 years ago.
No, we not.
Yes, you are.
There are elite rim protectors today. What are you talking about?
So Ben, where should Rudy Gobert be playing to start the game? Where should Rudy Gobert be playing?
Rudy Gobert is a very different defender than Nikola Jokic.
Okay,
he's a good one. He's a good one. There's the difference.
Let's just take him being a good defender off the table, Penn. Where should Rudy just stepped on the floor? You've never seen Rudy play. Where should Rudy start as a defender in your estimation?
He should start in the paint. Obviously,
there we go. Right?
Big should, but chill. You are completely ignoring so much when you say this stuff. First of all, you're ignoring that in the modern NBA, we are taking more jump shots from 25 feet than we have ever taken before. The rim protection does not matter. The hedging does. Okay, the recovery does.
Rim protection is still the most valuable and most important thing in defense. No, I'm not going to let you just lie. Rim protection is still the most valuable. Defensive
protection is the final frontier. Right. It is the final thing. When things are broken down and someone has gotten to the rim, but you know how someone might not get to the rim? If I delay your offense with a couple of deflections. You know how someone else might not get to the rim? If I steal the ball before you even get there. And you're not understanding is that everything ain't blocks and steals and everything ain't.
Then why are all the best defenders in the league rim protectors?
That is a good question.
Well, how many steals and deflections? How
is
many
Casey Wallace a rim protector? No.
Who's the better defender, Casey Wallace or Rudy Gobert?
That's a stupid argument. Who's a better defender, Scotty Barnes or Rudy Gobert?
We're having. What are you talking about?
Gobert.
Okay, hold on. Who's a better defender? Real talk, Asar Thompson or Rudy Gobert?
Rudy Gobert.
Who's a better defender? Real talk, Asar Thompson or Jay Huff?
Jay Huff.
Jay Huff? Oh, you don't know ball, bro. You do not know ball. If you think Jay Huff and Miles Turner are better defenders than Asar Thompson, then you need to get your head checked. Jesus Christ.
All right, well, it appears that Penn just ran Real Talk out of the building, but that's all good. We got a few more super chats, and we'll all be out of the building. Rail Wavy said, do you think bringing the wheel back would help the dunk contest and let them make their own in the last round?
No, removing Dwight Howard as a judge would improve the dunk contest.
I don't think so. I think people have lost interest. That's really all it is in the end. People have just lost interest in the dunk contest. There is no interest in it.
Chill. Can I interest you in
they got to take it away.
Zion Williamson and Ja Morant. Can I interest you in that? Would you watch that? Would you tune in for that?
I would entertain considering that. Yeah, I would entertain that. Sure.
Yeah. Hey, it's not too late, LeBron.
They gotta take the dunk contest away.
You can still join up, buddy.
They gotta take the dunk contest away for like 5 seasons and just let it reset in everybody's minds.
Or LeBron could just join it next year.
Chill.
He still can.
Right? At 42
still can. I'm still watching him dunk on people. I'm still watching him windmill in games.
I was watching Vince Carter crash out in real time when he was watching them. He was announcing it, and you could see his frustration building because Vince is not just a great dunker. Vince is a sicko. He is a dunk contest historian. He has studied every dunker in depth. He knows everything about every dunker. He's like really, really devoted a lot to the art form. Like the dude that y'all interviewed about Dunkademics, I think his name was. Vince like that. So not only is he a great gifted athlete, he's also obsessed with dunk contests. I was thinking about it. I'm like, yo, Vince, why don't you just beat up one of these kids, take their sneakers, and just show them how to do it? Like right now, I know
probably would if he could still do it,
and you probably still win this dunk contest.
If he
bro.
could still do it, he would do it. No doubt about that. As you were saying, Ron.
All right, we got a few new members today. Let me go ahead and shout them out. Dame Ron Lampkin became a new YouTube member. Shout out to Dame, shout out to Ron, and shout out to Lampkin. Appreciate y'all for joining up, all three of you. Mal Rules or Mall Rules became a YouTube member. Shout out to Mall Rules for joining up. Appreciate you, big dog. Jay White 12 also became a YouTube member. Shout out to Jay White. Appreciate you for joining up. We got a few members chats. The first one is from FIFA Boy. FIFA said dub LDBC. I agree, FIFA. No Name Bruh became sent through a members chat. No Name Bruh said chill. Explain what net rating is. You got 10 seconds.
Ox, imagine my basketball knowledge like being based on me knowing what the point differential is per 100 possessions. That's what you basing my basketball knowledge on. I am 100% confident, Ron. This dude has never seen a woman naked in his life.
Damn, no name, bro.
Whoa.
I am 100% confident a woman has never taken her clothes off in front of you ever in your entire
life. No name, bro. No name, bro, and no women, bro.
You are basing my basketball knowledge on me having to explain what per 100 possessions point differential is. Yes, I'm confident.
Well, that's
no ass, bro. No ass.
That's what it's turned into, Chill. That's
unbelievable. That is nuts to me.
I have an offer for the haters. I know it can go a little bit long-winded. I have invested in a shot clock, believe it or not, which would limit me to a 1-minute timer. If anyone between today and tomorrow says $100 super chat, I'm gonna get some PC some money here, pay for myself here. You devote $100 super chat and say shot clock pen in any episode that I am on. I promise I will use the shot clock.
A minute's too long.
1 minute.
30 seconds. How about that? I'll give you 30-second takes.
24-second shot clock.
Bullshit, man. I can't get my take off in 24 secands. I could barely say Scotty Barnes is the top 15 player, and I give you like 2 stats. Come on, man.
All right, y'all. Last but not least, Gunny L. Neck sent through a members chat. Gunny L. Neck said, where is the Usman Danglaze?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because I saw him in the summer league, and I was like, yo, I think they got something with him. But like he doesn't really. And I saw him in the preseason, too. He looked really good. So,
now, Usman been hooping with his new squad. Usman been looking pretty good. He got, the last... I think he played 1 game before the before All-Star break. He looked good. He was all right with the Bucks. So we'll see. He got more freedom now. He not buried at the end of the bench.
So do you expect the Bucks to have a decent run at the end with the young fella now?
No, I don't. And if I'm Milwaukee, Giannis would not touch the floor again. He would not.
Facts.
All right, y'all. Well, we will be back tomorrow. Different crew, different topics, but the same great guys and the same great show. We didn't get a chance to talk about Franz Wagner being out this year. We will talk about that tomorrow. We will talk about what's next for the Magic, and we will talk about if they could turn things around and live up to the expectations that they had. But until then, you guys do what you need to do. We'll see y'all soon.
Motor Center, April 10th. Be there. Motor Center, April 10th. We coming out there. Be there. We will see you dudes out there. No doubt. Later.
Atlanta's going to turn it around.
How the women in Portland? They nice?
You'll see.
Okay.
Hey, Penn, they free.